Football League.
McPherson trying to kick the Bengals into the AFC Championship. He's got it! Cincinnati wins! They are going to the AFC Championship game.
Down the middle. Oh my goodness! It's going to be 49 yards. I'm so nervous. The kick is good. We're going to overtime. To the end zone for the win. Ball game. Chiefs to the championship game.
Welcome back to the AFC Championship game presented by Intuit TurboTax Live. We've got Gene Steratore up in the booth with us, Jay Feely down on the sidelines along with Evan Washburn, and of course, Tracy Wolfson. Tracy, it's all yours before kickoff.
Jim, we were there week 17. Joe Burrow, 446 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 266 yards, 3 touchdowns. Expect defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo to change things up this time around. He told me the 3 keys. Limit the explosive plays, win those contested balls, and not only pressure Burrow, but finish him off. Now, fortunately, they will get their star safety, Tyrann Mathieu, back today. He has cleared concussion protocol, and he will be out here. Jim?
In fact, that defense, thank you, Trace, will be out there to begin because the Chiefs win the toss and elect to defer. So here we go. The Bengals trying to go to a 3rd Super Bowl in franchise history. First time since 1988 season, while the Chiefs are going for a 3rd consecutive year to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Butker gets it underway with a deep kick to Chris Evans, who just watches it go over his head. Evan Washburn, quick word from you before the first snap.
Well, Joe Burrow takes the field to a welcome here from this Arrowhead Stadium, and he made it clear all week that while he acknowledges the challenge of this venue, it will not be concerning in terms of crowd noise, but Zach Taylor is concerned with the guys in front of him. They struggled last week against Nashville. 3 pre-snap penalties. They worked on it all week. Non-verbal communication and silent count will be key. This place is rocking, fellas.
Oh, man, is it ever. So Burrow, first snap, comes from under center with 2 tight ends, Usama and Sample. Chase goes in motion. They're going to run it to that right side. Mixon, 3rd best in the league this year. Rushing the football was Mixon. He's got a gain of 3. So Joe Burrow, Tony, he's tired of that underdog narrative, says we're a good team. We got good players, good coaches, and we are coming for it all.
He's exactly right. I think they've obviously gotten rid of that. They're here for a reason. The biggest thing right now is nerves. Handing the ball off in the first play, it's a great thing for him. Barely can probably swallow right now. He's sitting there going, oh, just get some water. I need to catch my breath and just make it easy on him these first couple.
They get it to Chase. Shakes off a hit and is thrown down by Hitchens. At the 30, it'll be a 3rd and 5 for the Bengals, who have scored this postseason on the first drive of each half. Both halves against the Raiders, both halves against the Titans. As you see their offensive line, they got battered and bruised last week as their quarterback was sacked 9 times. That's another big story to watch. Chase is a rookie, makes all pro. Pirine is the running back. 3rd and 5 for Cincinnati.
And here's Chase all the way at the top of your screen. If he's one-on-one, he's going to get the ball. He looks at him over and over. They're going to have to get a safety over there, look inside the field.
Here they go. The pass is incomplete. It's knocked away by Willie Gay. He was trying to connect with Uzama, and the Bengals are 3 and out.
You'll see Gay right there flying out. Knows he's got help on the outside, but that's a huge, perfect technique. Put that hand out there right when you see his eyes go up, and it's a good start for this Kansas City defense. The last time these guys played, week 17, though, Kansas City got up 14-0. So, you know, Cincinnati won that game 34-31.
They had a 14-point lead at 3 different times in that game to Kansas City, and the Bengals came back to beat them 34-31. The Huber punt graciously running out to the 15-yard line. So that's a 55-yard punt, and Patrick Mahomes and company start at the 15. This is what he's done in these AFC Championship game appearances. The only loss was the first one when they lost in overtime to the Patriots. That was another wild one, 37-31, 3 years back. But he's never thrown an interception in an AFC Championship game. 9 touchdowns, no picks, the brilliant numbers just hard to imagine over and over again.
From a brilliant player who's playing right now at a high, crazy high level.
McKinnon gets the handle, and he burst up ahead for a quick 8. He's been an emerging story for them during the postseason. And this offensive line for Kansas City, they had to fix this in the offseason after last year's Super Bowl, and they've come together.
It's really impressive, and it's a great job at the organization, because what the general manager Brett Veach and Andy Reid did was they got more physical up front. Everyone knows about Tampa Bay and the Super Bowl, but right now Patrick Mahomes is actually not pushing the ball down the field. It's the least amount the last 2 weeks are 5 yards in the air because they can run the ball, Jim. He just takes what the defense gives him and throws it underneath.
There's your example right there. McKinnon with the first down and able to take it up close to the 40-yard line.
And that's a perfect example of Patrick Mahomes' adjustment. He's going to go through each guy. Look to the right, Kelsey. Come back inside. Work all the way through the progression. And when he was younger, he would start to create, get out of the pocket. But right now, they're almost undefendable because his ability to get through these progressions, I mean, it's like, how do you stop this team? It's going to be really difficult for the Cincinnati defense.
There you see McKinnon's production already well ahead of his regular season total. And Kelsey's going to move over into a slot on the left side. The last play went for 14. A little sidearm throw to Hill. Splits the defenders, and he's up ahead for another 7. Brought down by Logan Wilson. Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator for the Bengals. They saw improvement this year as far as the run game, being able to stop the run better than they had, scoring defense. There's Wilson and Pratt, both with late game interceptions in the playoffs so far. It's a 2nd and 2. And it's McKinnon tripped up after a yard.
It's your example right there. Their improvement on the defensive line and just some of their, style of the way they play, condensing the front, getting more big people right down around that center makes it difficult. You'll see the guy up top. He's going to go ahead and rush. It's a 5th defender. Pratt off the edge, and that allows guys to get in there. And that's what you have to do. You got to get them into 3rd down. You're not going to stop this team, but you can get off the field in situational football.
It's a 3rd and 1 from the 47. They go with Burton, the fullback, and they're probably going to have the first down with the forward progress. Pratt tried to pull him back. Let's see the spot.
Well, Burton's 9 for 9. Their fullback on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1. Is this the first one?
Yeah, I actually thought the spot is just a little bit off, but they're going to have him short. They're going to have him short.
Well, if you're a Cincinnati fan, you're like, wow, we just broke one record. Burton didn't get a first down on 3rd and 1. I do agree with you. It looked like he got there easily, didn't he? Look at that. There's the ball right there.
I think Reed's
Do you challenge it?
Yeah, I think he's thinking about it. And he has. He's challenged it. He just threw out the red flag. I mean, right there, he's past the 48-yard line.
They're going to win this challenge. Yep. He got it. His perfect record, 10 for 10 stays intact.
Kansas City.
So it's a Kansas City challenge. And there seems to be some confusion here. Was there a timeout called
Kansas City
first?
is challenging the ruling on the field of the runner short of the line of game. Timeout.
Word from down there on the sidelines is they might have already been hit with a timeout in addition to it. But they're going to challenge the spot here. So Kansas City has won the challenge. They reversed the field on the call. Gene Steratore sort out that with the timeout that was called before it.
Yeah, Jim, 2 pieces to it. Andy Reid called a timeout prior to challenging. So by rule, he has been charged a timeout because that preceded his challenge. Yes, his challenge is successful, but on a basic play like that, even though successful, big challenge because he has to get the next one right in order to qualify for a 3rd.
Got it right. Lost the timeout. First down, McKinnon up the middle. Running hard. Look at him go. McKinnon for 8 or 9.
Yeah, I feel like you have to challenge there. I mean, you're at midfield. You don't want to have to go for it on 4th down. But now this next challenge, Gene's point is well made. if they don't get it, you're out of challenges the rest of the day if they don't get the next one.
If had they lost that one, you got to win 2, obviously, to get the 3rd, and they've won the first challenge. So it's a 2nd and 1. Pressure, easily getting it away to Kelsey, and another first down at the 35.
You see the ball control offense. This is what makes them more dangerous, in my opinion. Every throw has been 5 yards, maybe, get through the progression, throw it out to the flat. But this is where teams, they're starting to play them this whole year, right? Soft, deeper safeties. And Mahomes is adjusted. And then what happens? They start to get antsy and they start coming downhill. And then Mahomes takes them over the top. And all of a sudden you're in that, we're losing no matter what we do game.
Already with 3 first downs on this opening drive for Kansas City. Now he's looking down the field. Has to take off. And he has a first down. And he runs it for about 13.
Well, I got a little report here and want to know one of the big points of emphasis in this game for the Bengals. Keep Mahomes in the pocket. Did they do a good job there, Jim? I don't know. No, not quite exactly what you wanted there, but we also talk about patience. Take what they give you. It's a perfect example on this drive. Patrick Mahomes taking what they're giving him, but you got to make them kick field goals. That was the Bengals plan coming in, right? You're not going to be able to shut this offense down. No one does, but you could hold them to field goals.
Here's the handoff. And again, look at McKinnon. He has been giving it great effort on this opening drive, and he's got another good gain. Every carry so far for him has been like 6, 7, 8 yards.
I really thought the interior of the offensive line and D-line was going to make the difference in this game right here. And if the Chiefs are able to do this and come out and run the football, it's going to be a long day for the Bengals because it keeps their offense on the side. And Mahomes, he doesn't even have to drop back more than 25 times in a game then. It's going to be a slow death if this continues.
In the red zone, 2nd and 4. Chiefs in the postseason have scored on all 9 trips in the red zone, including 7 touchdowns. Here's to Hill. Steps up ahead and able to get the first down. That was Apple trying to figure out which direction he's going to go. That's almost impossible to contain, but Hill's got the first down.
Yards after catch. Watch. This is who's guarding Tyreek Hill out here on the right. That's too much right there. That's like 8 yards off, and you have safety help. Yes, you had the sideline there, but that's about 2 seconds away from just going for a touchdown. You got to be closer to see him at the top of the screen. That's how you got to defend him, and you got to have a guy over here helping.
It's a 1st and goal from the 10. Play action into the line, and Mahomes going to slide and throw to the end zone. Oh, what a catch! It is caught for the touchdown. Tyreek Hill comes all the way across and pulls it in. 10 yards out for number 10 and a touchdown.
Well, there's a reason he's the most targeted. Watch up top. Tyreek Hill's going to give the wiggle. The ball doesn't come right there, but he does such a great job of continuing. In this game, you've got 2 of the best. Oh, look at that throw, Jim. Wow. It's the bullet. 1 foot, 2 foot. You got 2 of the best receivers at running routes and then run after catch. They're so fast and explosive. You see their commitment to continuing to run the route even after they don't get the ball right away. They get a lot of yards like that.
Butker out for the extra point. Hill in his career, when he has scored a touchdown, Kansas City is 21-0.
Oh no! Well, let's go home. I guess it's over.
What time's your flight?
The Bengals are not out of it yet. What a drive by the Chiefs.
Not by any means. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Taco Bell's delivery meal for 2 because cravings are better shared. AT&T 5G, fast, reliable, and secure. And by Progressive, save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. First time in Patrick Mahomes' playoff career that he's thrown an opening drive touchdown pass. It was an 84-yard opening drive with no play longer than 15 yards. To your point, what they've done with this offense this year.
And that's what makes them so much more dangerous than the other years, because you could always get them with their impatience because they're so good, but now they're patient, and it's really difficult to win.
Another touchback. Chance to tell you that Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, Justin Jefferson, just a few of the NFL All-Stars going to be in Las Vegas at the 2022 Pro Bowl presented by Verizon, Sunday, February 6th, 3 p.m. Eastern. You can buy your tickets today at ProBowl.com or watch the excitement on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN Deportes. Under center, and again, a first down handoff it is to Mixon. And pretty much like it was to open the game, it's a 3-yard carry. As we set Steve Spagnuolo's defense, Spag's defense, well, some of the things they've done this year, the way they turned it around midseason, Chris Jones playing inside, the boost they got from picking up Melvin Ingram in a trade from Pittsburgh in November. Spags put it together. He's got a second look at this team in a month, and you know he's dangerous a lot of times in that situation.
100% for a young quarterback like Joe Burrow. He doesn't play in the division, so he doesn't see him a ton. You're going to have a lot different looks. You're going to have different ways to double-team Chase right there as he comes out of the slot.
Low snap. He had to get it away quickly, and it's going to be a 2-yard completion. And again, sequentially, this is setting up just like the first drive, a 3-yard play, then a 2-yard play, and they'll have another 3rd and 5 coming up.
Right there, they got off to a really bad start this year, then they started playing great football. Not as great in the last few games, but you got to remember, Josh Allen came into town in that dynamic offense as well. But today, Spagnuolo knows Jamar Chase can't beat us. He almost beat them single-handedly in the last game. Last week, they took out Diggs against the Bills. Someone has to step up. That guy was who last week, Jim? Gabriel. Who's going to do that today for the Bengals? They need Higgins or someone else to do it.
3rd and 5. Burrow. Season opening. He's going to have the first down. The Bengals move the chains for the first time. So again, the pocket was collapsing quickly, and he smartly took off, picked up 8.
Well, you'll see the 5-man pocket collapsing. Burrow versus the blitz. It's been fantastic. In the playoffs, 8 for 8, 147 yards, and then he also runs. Chris Jones, one of the keys to this game. The internal pressure. The crazy thing is Burrow's doing this with a below-average offensive line. They work hard, they fight hard, but by no means are you sitting here saying, wow, this is a really good offensive line. He gets a ton of time. He's doing it under extreme pressure.
First down, a running play. And yard maybe 2 for Mixon. Here you go. The different seasons it seemed to be on this side of the ball for Kansas City. Again, they started out with that horrid start as a team overall, 3 and 4. They got Ingram, things changed. Now you look at the last 4 games, the numbers are going to be up because of that first game against Cincinnati. And again, as you said, the numbers by Buffalo last week and that wild 42-36 shootout.
But keep watching Chase. This is the guy. They got to communicate. He's in the slot here. I bet you Matthew comes over and helps out right there.
2nd and 9. Burrow dumps it off. Mixon tries to get around Gay, and he is pummeled by the rookie Nick Bolton after a pickup of 7.
This is a great job. So we're going to show you this. A lot of these coverages over here where Chase is, you got to go ahead and let him double team him. So you're going to go to the other side of the field. You're going to see a lot of people open away from Chase. At least the numbers are in your favor. And that right there is a good job by Burrow, not trying to see what they're doing. Just accept they're going to double him early, go other places, then you'll find your chances to hit him.
They need 2 for a first. Out of the gun. They've got the first by just a half a yard as it's caught by Tyler Boyd. Snead was on the coverage. And again, you could tell that Burrow was not going to have any time. Did what he had to do, unloaded it quickly, and Boyd able to pick up the first.
Yeah, Chris Jones just got right in the backfield, didn't even get blocked. But Burrow does a great job. You'll see 95 up top, just swim moves. Udenije right there.
A second first down picked up for Cincinnati. The longest play, the 8-yard scramble by Burrow. Play action. Down the middle of the field, it's up in the air, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Uzama, who was shaken up.
Ooh, and he's down, and he's a really big-time weapon. This is a huge moment right here.
He has to hop.
Uzomah, he's going to go up and stop right in that zone right there, and that ball comes out. He just almost didn't jump correctly. Ooh. Wow. For those of you who don't know, Uzomah, he's big, athletic.
And he's caught in the last 2 games in the playoffs. 6 balls against the Raiders, 7 last week against the Titans. So he's been a big part of it in the postseason. Drew Sample comes in for him.
He's a really good player, and he's going to even get better and better. His ceiling's high. Are they going to pressure Sorensen? If you do, they're really good against the blitz.
Here's the 2nd and 10. It's Boyd again, and he's wrestled down quickly by Tyrann Mathieu. Back from the concussion suffered on the opening drive last week. And boy, was his presence missed last week. Mathieu.
You're exactly right. It's going to be huge because all the double teaming, everything you got going into this game. Last week you saw all of the coverages, breakdowns. You saw people running wide open. That doesn't happen when he's back there because there's so much communication, Jim, and his instincts and talent. He's going to be a big focal point.
3rd down and 5. They've picked up 2 third-down conversions on this series. Burrow has another one. And it's Snead who takes him down, but again, Cincinnati keeps on moving. Gain of 9.
Yeah, just a simple go up and out. Good throw timing. Watch this right here. Chase is on this side. We're going to keep hammering it, but this is an unbelievable job by Burrow. Those 2 on the backside don't even look there. This is really impressive right now for him not to at least peek over there and stuff. He already knows it as if he's a veteran. Go somewhere else.
1st down. From the Chiefs' 37. Keep running it on 1st down. This time they break one. Mixon. High stepping and still going. Down to about the 15. Running behind Hakeem Adeniji, and the Bengals break their biggest play of this first quarter, 23 yards.
Yep. Good job by the offensive line, the right side. Adeniji the first time did not do a good job in pass protection on Jones, but he does a wonderful job there, creating a big hole, and Mixon does the rest.
Ball spotted at the 14.
This is a big drive.
It is, and they're answering on 3rd down.
You know Kansas City, I mean, you don't want to get behind early. Last time they had to come back and have everything go their way.
And at home.
Yes.
1st down. They fake, going to Chase. Look down the middle. It's not there. Now he tries it. End zone, incomplete, threw it away. So they had something set up that they thought might be open right around the goal line, but the Chiefs had it well covered.
Watch this. It's going to be a fake screen to the left, then a fake screen here, but at the end, they're going to try and come right back to the tight end. Fake over there. But guess what? That's Sample. Uzomah's not in, and that right there is why he goes too far down the field. You run that play all week with someone, you know, and all of a sudden the next guy comes in, he never practiced it, and all of a sudden he's off in his spot, and you have to throw it away.
It's a 2nd and 10. Lofts it, end zone, and for a moment, Higgins almost had it. Fenton stuck a hand in there and knocked it loose. Fenton, who's been out the last couple of games with a back, and he returns and makes a play here with the left hand.
Wow, I mean, I thought he caught it one-handed. Fenton gets away with a hold. You can see he's grabbing his right hand. I was thinking, why are you one-handing this, Higgins? But he kind of had to. Almost an incredible catch. This is a big part of what happened in game 1. The contested balls went Cincinnati's way. When they threw the ball down the field in these one-on-one situations, Cincinnati came down with like all of them, it felt like. KC, big point of emphasis, don't allow that. Win those matchups.
3rd and 10. 3rd and 10, end zone bound at Chase. Incomplete. That's the exact type of play you're talking about. They were pulling those in that first matchup January 2nd. Ward on the coverage.
You're exactly right. These were the plays that went their way. And you can see a lot of contact there. Did he pass interference? Did he not? That's for debate. I think if you're a Bengal fan, you say yes. Chiefs, you say no. But Well done by the Chiefs to hold them to a field goal, but still a pretty good drive for the Bengals.
32 yards coming up for Evan McPherson. Been a hero in these playoffs, the rookie from Florida. Again, just 32 yards. Huber on the hold, and the Bengals are able to put points on the board in the last minute of this opening quarter.
I can't wait to talk about him. You got so much stuff on him. That was cool what he did last week.
You are watching the AFC Championship game on CBS, presented by CJ Uzomah, in tears as he is now taken to the locker room in a cart. He lost his season a year ago with a torn Achilles. Don't know what the injury is here, but an early loss for the Bengals. Uzomah, you saw him trying to get off the field, not putting any weight at all on his leg, one leg.
That's just such a big one right there. He's smooth. I mean, he's got raw athletic abilities coming into his own, and he just has a lot of future is so bright for him, but it's going to be a big loss there. But let's go back to the last drive, Jim. Patience was the key, we said. No one was more patient than Patrick Mahomes. You saw it right there. Look right, look right. The second key, keep him in the pocket. Cincinnati, keep him in the pocket. When he gets out of the pocket, especially when he rolls right, you might as well book it a touchdown, because you got the fastest guy on the other side of the field coming across. The two keys, keep him in the pocket, disrupt that timing, not able to do that.
Completed his last 9 throws last Sunday, first 5 today. So 14 completion streak. From one week to the next, and down the field, he's got Hardman! Mecole Hardman all the way to the 30-yard line, and a gain of 45.
Well, watch, Hardman's gonna come right inside here and go up. You're gonna see that guy there. Watch him go, wiggle out and then up, and this throw. What an unbelievable job of setting this play up on the first drive. We talk about the vignettes of setting things up. Well, Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy did a great job. They got out of shell defense.
That's the end of the first quarter with Kansas City in front, 7-3. Chiefs started a donation drive collecting hygiene products for students in need, and earlier this week, team president Mark Donovan helped deliver some of those items to local middle school. As we begin the second quarter, there are the numbers from the first. Chiefs had, of course, that 44 yards and 2 plays to set up a tying field goal Sunday night. That last throw was actually 44 yards in 1 play to Hardman to put him in Cincinnati territory. And they got another nice run ripped off by McKinnon for another 6 or 7. Evan, let's go down to you.
Yeah, big blow for this Bengals offense, guys. CJ Uzomah doubtful to return with a left knee injury. You showed the visuals and emotional. Uzomah couldn't put any weight on that left leg, so again, he's doubtful to return.
Okay, thank you, Evan. It's the first time, by the way, that Mahomes, in the 4 championship games he's played in, has had the lead after the first quarter. They've always had to come from behind.
Yeah, he has. This is a treat for him. He feels just super okay right now. That's so bad for Uzomah. You know, Burrow's completed 80% of his targets this year, the highest in the league.
Here's a 2nd and 3 throw. And it's incomplete at the 10-yard line. That's the first incompletion for Mahomes going to Hill. He had some pressure. Hendrickson was on him in the backfield.
And that's the key right here. This is going to be probably a touchdown, if not at least a big play. But what a pickup, Hendrickson. 14 sacks this year. Does a great job. He's got all the tools in the shed. Rushes with good lean, strong club, power rush.
Signed in the offseason free agency by way of New Orleans. He actually sacked a year ago when the Chiefs played at the Saints. He got to Mahomes a couple of times and forced a fumble. Here's the 3rd and 3. Good time. Just dumps it off. No one near McKinnon. He's got a first down. Spotted at the 13.
Patience, patience, patience. Mahomes playing with incredible poise right now, and then just goes right through and gets it down. That's the thing when you have a lot of people deep, you got less people underneath. 3-man rush, good blocking here, even when you're on top of somebody over and over.
Orlando Brown on top of Hendrickson.
Man, that would hurt.
That was a gain of 11. Let's see what Andy comes up with. He and Eric Bieniemy. There's Mahomes to Hill. Wilson saw him wiggle and go around him, and he is tackled down inside of the 10 by Jermaine Pratt. Picks up 6.
And they're just so good at designing plays. Andy Reid does as good a job of getting Tyreek Hill, his best player, open. Could he go this way? Could he go that way? Well, it's hard to communicate on defense when you snap it after he goes up, takes 3 steps, and now you're like, let's run him back across the field.
Hey, watch the nickel coming! Watch the nickel coming!
Watch the cornerback, the nickel corner coming.
2nd and 4, running play. McKinnon swarmed under a couple of tacklers just inside the 5. And they got another 3rd and short coming up. There's Bieniemy. Los Angeles native, went to Colorado, played in the league with the Chargers, just like Andy Reid. Raised in LA, trying to find a way to get to Super Bowl 56 in Los Angeles in 2 weeks' time. Watch Kelsey on the left side. Pringle, who's been big in the playoffs, shifts to the left. Here's a 3rd and 2. Mahomes dancing around, spinning around twice. Finds freedom, and in the end zone, he finds Kelsey. They connect again for a touchdown.
Well, the dance moves for Mahomes pay off. All that off-season dancing right there shows you the ballet. All this. Let's just twirl in place, Jim. No, not there. Not there. Come on this way. Thanks, guys. Oh, hey, Trev. Good to see you again.
And after
that's
all
what
that,
went through his head the whole time. I'm sure.
Like music.
It was.
The dance step.
6th sense.
And after all those moves, you know someone's going to be open. Who better than Travis Kelsey? Right in pretty much the same spot where he closed out the game Sunday night in overtime.
Wow. Great start. Kansas City comes out showing you they're on fire.
Now, what did Kelsey tell us when we spoke to him on Friday? He said, we've got to come out and play violently fast.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And they have quickly put up a couple of touchdowns, up 14 for Kansas City, beginning this drive with a 44-yard pass to Hardman. And then Kelsey with his 12th career postseason touchdown, tying John Stallworth for 3rd most in the playoffs. And they have now scored, going back to the Bills game, on 6 straight possessions. Butker to kick it off. It's 3rd time now. He'll send Cincinnati out to the 25. Thursday night before Super Bowl 56. The NFL's brightest stars will be recognized for the best plays and moments from the season. Tune in to NFL Honors Thursday, February 10th, 9 p.m. Eastern on ABC, ESPN Plus, and NFL Network. NFL Honors has turned out to be a really nice event, setting up the Super Bowl, something the commissioner's extremely proud of to see how that has grown. Again, that's coming up February 10th. Bengals on a big jam early. And Burrow just unloads it as Dana and others were on him.
Usually Dana get the pressure. It's a screen, though, so you're allowing these defensive linemen to come in, but they're all over it. You understand very quickly. Stay back once you get 3 other D linemen in there, has to throw the ball away, and this is a huge play, and this is about to get really loud in here. You're going against Spagnuolo, who's a great defensive coordinator, took down Brady in the 07 Super Bowl, 11, did better the 2nd time, and you're going against this crowd and Mahomes. This is a tough one for him.
2nd and 10. They're able to get a big run out of Mixon. It'll quiet things for just a moment. That's a gain of 12 by Mixon.
This is a great design. Put Chase in the backfield, make it uncomfortable for everyone. See right there, here comes Chase going right behind. Makes everyone a step slow when Mixon gets the ball.
In the words of the offensive coordinator, Brian Callahan, Mixon helps the whole engine go. And he's a tough tackle. We've seen that all season. 1,200 yards rushing, also big in the passing game. It's Chase getting the football, and he's got a 3-yard rush. He's got 1 catch for just 2 yards, and that 1 minimal carry, maybe 3. Unique shots from the game, brought to you by Paramount Plus.
Everyone wants to get your star player the ball, but when you have the game he had last time, 266 yards, 3 touchdowns, I mean, he was targeted 12 times and caught 11 of them. They're not going to let him win or beat you. He's not going to be the reason you win this football game. That's why I like the game plan right now. But if you don't slow Kansas City down, you have to get these third downs. You can't have a turnover, and you got to finish with touchdowns.
At the 40, it's a 2nd and 7. There's Mixon. Oh, it looked like it might go for something, but they collapsed on him quickly, including Nick Bolton. Holds him to 1. Mike Dana also.
Nick Bolton, we talked about him last week. He's had a great start to his career. That was Dana right there. Pushes it outside, but really Bolton with that punch, he's so strong for a linebacker. He's really helped this team, you know, shore up the run game. He comes in there and he plugs the hole. Physical, this is going to get loud.
P. Ryan in at running back. 3rd and 6. Pass incomplete. P. Ryan the target. And this crowd helps stir that defense to get in the backfield in a hurry.
Ingram comes flying in. Jones, you put them both on the same side, and really Burrow has no choice but to check that ball down. But watch, this looks like the 2 safeties, right, who are going to double team? No, Sorensen's the guy. So that's a new disguise, right? You're like, oh, that safety's coming down. I can throw out there, but somebody else rolls back to that position, but he's going to be double teamed. That's why you got to go ahead and throw back shoulders to him if you're going to throw to him.
Burrow's missed his last 5 throws. And now Arrowhead in full champ. Huber jumps up to catch the snap. And the timing was off from the get-go. And it was caught by the punter on the other side, Tommy Townsend, out of bounds. Coming up at halftime, the world premiere of the official trailer for the original series Halo, streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus this March.
That's a video game. Why are you plugging it as a show or a movie or a series?
It's for all seasons, my friend. For all seasons.
There's a ton of people looking forward to that one. That's going to be cool. 1st and 10.
Chiefs haven't been stopped the first 2 times, and they hand it off to Edwards-Helaire for a gain of 3. Let's take a look at next-gen stats powered by AWS.
Andy Reid, so special. We know about Mahomes and Hill. 469 yards after the catch. Most, right, in the NFL. But the adjustment here is he used to be the guy running those deep routes vertical. Once teams put all those safeties back, Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, they said, let's make him run stuff underneath and throw it to him shorter, and he'll just go get the yards as if we threw it to him deep. That's been a huge adjustment this year, and that's why teams are struggling to stop this time.
2nd and 7. We've got our first flag out as the pass is thrown deep, and almost catching up to it was Hardman on another deep ball. Up to this point, no penalties.
Offside. Defense number 90. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
No negative plays in the game. No sacks, no turnovers.
It's been a clean game, but it's going to be tough right here. Patrick Mahomes using his voice to get you to jump off sides. That's going to happen at some point.
Second and 2. After the 5 yards. Edwards-Helaire has got a first down. He bounces out to about the 43. So Mahomes already with 2 touchdowns in the first half here, which gives him now 11 in his 4th conference championship game, tied for 3rd most with Bart Starr, who had 6 championship games. Montana had 13 and 7. And of course Brady 21 in 14 postseason games, championship games.
And he's getting better. I mean, he's going through the progression, they change plays. He's going to go ahead and get to the right play here. They love little play actions here, fake it to him.
They want to go long again. Instead, they find Kelsey. Spins around again, takes it to the 38.
The efficiency of this offense is a sight to see. It's why the Bills, they were unbelievable last week. But you're going to watch just this motion, little fake stuff here. But Kelsey's going to come into the middle and then go back out, and all that misdirection just to get Kelsey one-on-one.
Picks up 19. Kelsey already in the end zone, former University of Cincinnati star, who was recruited out of Cleveland Heights High School, where he was a quarterback, went downstate, played for the Bearcats. Here is Edwards-Helaire finding an opening and taking it to the 23-yard line. Joe Tooney helped open that for 14.
Now this is how simple the game has gotten. Running back's going to come in. No one runs with him, so it's a zone coverage. Two safeties are high. Let's go ahead and just run the ball right up the middle because we have numbers. And you see the holes are huge, Jim. You have to play these guys. This is the only way the teams have had some success. But now that they're running the football, you're going to have to get out of this at some point because it's obviously not working. At what point do you get rid of your plan? I mean, I know it's early still, but it's getting close.
And if you thought out there that the Chiefs might be in for a little letdown after last Sunday night, you don't have to worry about that any longer.
No. The safeties are high. Just keep watching. The more they stay here, the more they'll throw it underneath and just hand the ball off.
That's what they do. Helaire already with 24 yards on the ground this drive. And he adds. Look at him. He's got 4 Bengals around him, including Logan Wilson. Are they going to give him 5 yards?
The importance of getting off to a good start for the Bengals makes it more difficult for Kansas City to stay patient here, but they're going to keep doing this. What an excellent run. Look at that. Back and forth. I thought he should have just got upfield right away, but you see the rookie center helping out right there. Humphrey really coming on. Their 2nd-round pick this year. Him and their 6th-rounder right guard, Smith. They got a future.
Go.
2nd and 6. McKinnon's back into the game. Mahomes all time to survey. McKinnon, they're trying to take the ball out of his hands. He holds on. He's within a yard of another first. Be 3rd and 1 coming up.
Mahomes going to scan the field. Drop 8 guys. Go right. Nope. Come left. And then come right back. See how when he decides to come over, he turns his head, fires it right away. Always hard to get a beat on where he's looking.
At the 15. Burton in the backfield.
Well, they gave it to him last time. He's 10 for 10 now on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. But do they use it against you?
Gonna throw for it. Who else? Kelsey sidesteps, takes off, down to the 3. He was able to get around Jesse Bates on that first move, and he's got a 12-yard gain. 1st and goal for Kansas City.
They use it against you. Last time they're going to hand it off to him. They're like, yeah, you're going to think we're doing it again. But misdirection, play action, aggressive play calling, you're not going to be able to guard Kelsey. And that's a great job. You know, it's hard to get him the ball right on 3rd and 5 or 6 because you got him double team, but you're not going to double team on 3rd and 1. That's the time to get him the ball. And he's going to win one-on-one matchups like 100% of the time.
1st and goal. Fake to Edwards-Helaire. They toss it for the touchdown. Hardman turns around, and the football was waiting for him. Chiefs 3 for 3 down the field.
Oh, Mahomes. This was so ridiculous. His eyes and body and momentum. This is like one of those things you just don't see. But if you watch Mahomes, he's going to get back out here. But look at him inside. His body weight and momentum is open as if he's throwing across the middle, and he just flicks it all the way to the sideline. The corner 20 right there, the reason he's late is because Mahomes actually, Eli Apple there, actually just looked him off with his body.
Hardman had a rush touchdown last week against Buffalo. Now he's got a receiving touchdown, and it's 21-3 with 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Your point about them being great coming in, they're still on fire, finishing off drives.
Always message privately. The Batman, only in theaters March 4th, rated PG-13. And by Pepsi, tune in February 13th to catch the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show. Well, Mixon, Burrow, and the Bengals so far in this game have managed 82 yards of offense, as Mahomes has thrown for 3 touchdowns, has only 1 incompletion.
Oh, jeez. Well, the one thing, too, is, like, I get it. You had to get off to, like, a safe start for Burrow, right? You got to get the nerves a little bit. But, you know, I really thought after the Week 14 loss to San Francisco, the Bengals switched. They started to throw the ball a ton on first and second down neutral situations.
Evans taken off to the 31.
And today they haven't done that. They've tried to make it simpler, but I think they need to get back to throwing it on this. But here's one key to the game that Steve Spagnuolo's adjusted. In Week 17 here, Chase caught all these contested balls, and he was one-on-one a lot longer. So today, same thing, right? Nope, now he's going to get out of there. And you can be way more aggressive, Ward, with your hands at the line of scrimmage. Spagnuolo, unbelievable at adjusting, coming back a second time. I referenced the 07 Patriots. Randy Moss had over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns in the regular season game. Really hurt him. The 07 Super Bowl, 5 catches, 60 yards.
You saw Zach Taylor, third-year coach. What does he come up with here? They come out throwing it to Chase. Able to duck away and break a tackle. Picks up 6. Ward finally finishes him off.
That's them right there, Jim. They got to throw on these situations. You can't double him every single down, right? So you stack, release him. First down, they got to play the run a little bit. Well, that's how you get them the ball. That's why they've had success. They've gone through Burrow and Chase. You got to do it on early downs. It's easier to double team them on third down.
The 2 catches for 8 yards. That's all. 2nd and 4. It's Mixon again. They got him behind the line. That's the first play for a loss in the game, and it's Snead who helped make it happen, and Hitchens, who was there at the end. Clark also part of that.
Clark, 55, is going to disrupt this. You'll see him right there. He's going to push into the backfield, and he makes the play because he makes Mixon have to bounce outside. Talk about bull rushing in the pass. He did it in the run game there, Clark.
3rd and 5. Jamar Chase to the top. Here's Burrow. Down the middle. Pulled down. Catch is made by Higgins. His first.
I really like Higgins. Really tall. Can play any position. Great range. And it's a cool view of him right here. With Uzama out, you need other guys to come inside, and you got that tall target, Higgins, who I thought was going to be the unsung hero. If Cincinnati were to win this game, he's got to have the big game.
Had an 1,100-yard season, 74 catches. That was a big 8-yard completion.
You're not a kid. This was about to get away right there, punting that away.
Burrow, again, with pressure on him. Charvarius Ward just completely broke up that play.
Well, this is not supposed to be a blitz by Ward. He thinks it's a run, and he gives up a wide open area. And if Burrow actually would have looked out there, he kind of had a guy in the flat.
Threw it at the feet of Sample. A 2nd and 10.
Coming after Burrow here, Jim. You got a guy coming from the top. What are you going to do? They're going to make you think you're one-on-one up top.
That was Thornhill. He's coming. They pick it up. It gets away from Chris Jones. On the run. Should be open. It is. And again, it's Higgins with the catch inside the 40.
This is a great job of changing the mic call, which means you get this picked up. That is where Burrow is really advanced, I really feel like, for a second-year player to get a will-free safety, which means they're overloading blitzing. He got that protection moved over to block all those guys, and that's what gave him the time to be able to go through the progression and get out of the pocket.
So Higgins with a couple of grabs to help them move the football. 31 yards on this drive in 5 plays. Right before the 2-minute warning, he's not going to snap it.
That's the right play. I mean, really, Burrow versus the blitz, I wouldn't do that, Jim. Last 4 games, 20 for 25 and a touchdown.
You're watching the AFC Championship game on CBS, presented by Intuit TurboTax Live. DraftKings, bet with the only top-rated sportsbook app that matters. And by Michelob Ultra. Enjoy responsibly. Well, the city of Kansas City has so many attractions, parks, and fountains, and this museum is something special. You need to go by there the next time pay a visit to this great town. So we come out of the 2-minute warning with a first down. Cincinnati trying to do something offensively before the half. And that's not going to do it. That's not going to be it. Willie Gay, that's the second time that Mixon's been tackled behind the line on this drive, and so loss of 2. Got the Verizon halftime report coming up with JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Cowher. They're just across the way from us. Of all the latest news, there's JB, Phil, Nate, Coach, Pat Kerwin off to the side of him. So great on Sirius Radio with Jimmy Miller all week long. That's all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. The teams, good to have them in position. They'll have a lot of takes themselves on this first half of action at the AFC Championship. 2nd and 12. Pirine gets past Ward. Look at him go! Inside the 20, into the 10. Oh, he takes it the distance. Wow, what a jolt! Just when the Bengals needed it.
Well, you talk about like this Bengal team. Everyone forgets they were down in the first time they played in Week 17, and then the big play to Chase brought them back in that game. Big play touchdowns. No one's better than the Bengals, Jim. They're first in the NFL.
And that's Chase, though, with a big block on Thornhill to make that happen. Samaje Perine able to go 41 yards.
And this is why Carmen came in for Denijay, the right guard, and they go right behind him, throws a big block. Huge play right there to get back in this game for the Cincinnati Bengals.
McPherson knocks it through. Boy, I tell you, that offense, there's the man who called the play, Brian Callahan. Well, the Bengals are able to go 70 yards, and Samaje Perine takes the last 41 yards of it off of a throw from Burrow. As a freshman at Oklahoma, now he's going to play special teams. He set the FBS rush record at 427 yards in a game running for Oklahoma. In the game against Kansas was 6 touchdowns. So he's back in the area here. Big 12 country makes a big play that the Bengals needed. And Pringle unable to make it to the 20. At the Verizon halftime report again coming up. JB and all the crew got a little set that it's on hydraulics, will be suddenly raised up to a 2-story level, and they'll be coming up at halftime. The Verizon halftime report.
Reminds me of Jurassic Park, spared no expense.
No, it's not the blue tent right there. That's the halftime set. And we're getting ready for the quick turnaround. 1st and 10. What can the Chiefs do? Again, they have the football to start the 3rd quarter. And what this guy has done in the last 2 minutes has been something else. Hardman drops that one. Mahomes in the last 2 minutes of the half this postseason has thrown for 261 yards and 4 touchdowns at the end of each half.
He's unbelievable in the 2 minute. Obviously, he wouldn't be in 4 straight championship games if he wasn't. Saw what he did last week, his ability to improvise, but his knowledge and learning defense is even at a higher level. Right now, every team has a plan for this situation that's different than what they've done all year. So they're going to disguise it differently, and are they going to play him with bringing a guy down and risk it, or are they going to keep these 2 guys back?
Bates and Bell, who are back 2nd and 10. Can't put the pressure on him. So he's able to go down the middle, and it's pulled down by Hill. And the Chiefs, he's not out of bounds yet. He runs away from Eli Apple.
Well, this is why you risk it. When this guy comes down here, that's the guy who needs to look up, Tyreek Hill. Right there, Mahomes, though, uses his eyes, and that's why no one understands. You can't go by him. Watch this pocket. Look at that time.
Hey, they never really got to him at all in the game. Week 17, no sacks. Nothing today as far as really any pressure.
I think you got to have movement, stunts. You got to like take these D linemen and go up, have a guy come under to get the pressure.
Here's Mahomes to an open Hill again. Down to the pickup of 14 or 15. This is nothing like what it was like for Hill in the first game when he caught only 40 yards worth of catches. State Farm back in 30.
Jake from State Farm. What's good?
Oh, Patrick?
Nah, fam. Just your typical sneakerhead working here for the employee discount. But speaking of deals, I heard regular guys like me are getting the Patrick price. That can't be real, right?
Listen, State Farm offers rates that fit any budget. Even yours, typical sneakerhead.
Wow. Just anyone now?
Yeah.
Man, these just sold out then.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
41 seconds, 2 timeouts. Fourth possession. Been no answers so far for slowing down this Chiefs offense. Perfect half. 4-4 on third down. Haven't been penalized, not even close to a sack.
I mean, he's playing as close to perfect, right? We saw the duel last week with him and Josh Allen. It's like to beat him, you have to play equally as good, or you have to have a plan of something. But these guys up front, they need to go up and then come under while he goes out. You can't just rush these guys one-on-one.
First down and stepping up. There was a little heat, but he got away long enough to find Kelsey. And Kelsey able to bounce off a few hits and take it near the 25-yard line. Gain of 9.
Well, you came in, you did a great job on Kelsey and Hill in the first game. Not so much today.
2nd and 1, less than 1. This time it's Pringle. And they throw him down with a quick timeout called by the Chiefs at 13 seconds. We're back in 30 after this from Progressive Insurance.
Caroline, wait.
Mitch?
Look, I know I messed up, but I told Diane it's over. Can we have some space?
Oh. Yeah, of course. Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
Mitch, you live in a van.
I'm a free spirit.
Well, there's been a lot of talk all across the country in the last week what you can do in 13 seconds. Okay, here we are again.
That was, they squibbed it on this kick too, so if they get a field goal, maybe there's a cover. That's just there's so many little things there, right? Everyone's going to learn through that situation. It was just a perfect storm, and it's really unique, that situation. So it's like sometimes until you go through it, you don't realize.
From the 15, Mahomes, air under this one, and a flag is generated. Apple looking around as he was trying to man up on Hill.
It's hard because he's looking in the backfield. Watch his eyes.
Defense number 20. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball he places the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
It's a penalty, but see his eyes? He's looking at Mahomes. If you're going to go ahead and look at Patrick Mahomes and guard Tyreek Hill, good luck.
Okay, talk me through 9 seconds, no timeouts.
Right here.
Ball at the 1.
Ball's at the 1. This is where you could actually get 3 plays off if you wanted. You don't run the football here. You got all the plays you can have. You're going to throw the ball 100% on this play, and then you do it again. But you got to get it off quickly. You say no scramble drill here. You got about 1 second if you take it, and then go.
Got a timeout called by the Bengals.
Cincinnati.
No sacks. If anyone's around you, you throw it away right away. 2, ball comes out pretty quickly. An easy one here would be to throw a fade. The problem is for the Bengals, it's like, do we really want to let them just walk in for a touchdown? So you kind of have to give like a run front, right? But really, you should invite that. Say, go ahead, run the ball. Take a chance, that we're able to, get you behind the line of scrimmage and then the half's over because you're not going to run the ball.
I mean, Mahomes already with 3 touchdown passes. He's tied the single postseason record for touchdown passes in a playoff season of 11. tying Flacco, Montana, and Warner. Now he's trying to set the mark at 12 and beat the clock before the half. Rolling out. Is anyone there? Flings it. Takes the incompletion with 5.
Really well done by the Bengals to pass off. We've seen that over and over again where they roll out, throw it right to the flat, that front corner pylon. They do it as well as anyone. Here comes Tyreek, that just passing that off. But the other smart play, Mahomes didn't continue to scramble. If it's not there right away, throw it away. That way you actually have. They were about to put the field goal unit, but Tracy Wilson.
She overheard Patrick say, "Give me one more, I can do it."
Thank you, Trace.
Look toward the coach, and here it is. Is it there? Hill. He's got to beat a defender, and the Bengals make the stop to close out the half. Oh, boy. And the margin is 11, just as it was on week 17 when the Chiefs went to the locker room up 11.
Well, Tracy Wolfson, you called it. You said, I want one more chance, and that was a poor decision. Usually you can count on your veteran quarterback who's young, but the decision to throw that ball behind and not to the end zone is so big. He doesn't even have a timeout. Patrick's like, wait, oh no. Did not know that situation.
Eli Apple helped make that play to keep him out and not allow any more points on the board. 21-10. Chiefs after 2 quarters. Halftime is next. After these first half highlights from Verizon. Well, big story coming in, Tony, was about how would you protect Burrow after 9 sacks. He did not get sacked in this first half, but they were able to spring one play to give them life. But can Kansas City be stopped in the second half?
It's going to be hard to slow down Kansas City, but it doesn't mean that you can't come back, right? They're going to need a bounce of the ball. They're going to need to steal a possession somewhere. But the biggest thing is just a little bit safe for me. Right, I told you in week 14, I thought after that loss to the Niners, Cincinnati switched. They started to throw the ball on first down. They started to be aggressive in obvious run situations. They gave the ball to Burrow, basically, and said, all right, buddy, you're good. Chase, you're good. Higgins, let's go use these guys more often than not. And I think if they do that in the second half, they'll be able to actually go down, score, and make this a game that's going to actually go down to the wire.
Burrow with that touchdown pass to P. Ryan, but meanwhile, Mahomes had 3 incompletions and 3 touchdown passes to go with his 220 yards. That's a big stop before the half, though, Tom.
I mean, I really believe if the Bengals somehow win this game, that's the one that you have to live with all offseason. It's going to be like, whoa, you know, it's just, that can't happen in that situation. You know that, but it did. And now that gives really the Bengals life because the emotions of that matters.
It's Pringle on the return. And they crash in on him near the 20 to the 21. And Tracy, down to you.
Well, Jim, Andy Reid extremely frustrated with the way that half ended. Patrick Mahomes wanted that shot, and Andy Reid gave it to him. He said it was supposed to be a shot to the end zone. Didn't work out that way. Still, though, they're up by 11. That was the margin in Week 17. Cincinnati came back to win. The message on this sideline the whole game so far has been, remember, keep your foot on the gas. Jim?
And remember, they were 1 timeout short because they lost the timeout in the confusion of trying to challenge on the opening drive of the game for the Chiefs. They won the challenge, but they had been called for the timeout before they put the challenge flag on the field.
And that's probably where Mahomes wanted to call that timeout, forgetting that situation.
There's McKinnon. Picks up 5 or 6. And Evan, what did you learn at halftime?
Well, Jim, as you can imagine, that stop to end the half just injected a life for this Bengals sideline. And Zach Taylor brought up what we're all talking about. Same deficit at half. He felt like that's huge. They feel like they're a second half team and they're going to get a rally going here. I asked him offensively what he thought. He said, look, we only had 4 drives. We scored on 2 of them. And they're going to continue to lean on the run game. They feel like that's their most efficient offense right now, guys.
They had 51 rushing yards in that first half. Here's Pringle picking up a first. Slicing through the secondary for a gain of 7.
I really agree, right? But I think you need to run the ball different, not in the obvious running situations, because I think that's your best, opportunity to get the ball to your big play threats. And the more it gets into a second and third and then longer situations, the more they're going to double team those guys. But the key's right here, Jim. This D-line's got to get pressure on Mahomes. They're not going to blitz him a bunch, and that's going to be nothing else matters if they can't stop him.
Well, Hubbard and Hendrickson. Over 20 sacks between them this year. And there's McKinnon, first down carry for 3. I mean, this team did ramp it up this year as far as production in a lot of areas defensively, including getting to the quarterback. And a big part of it was the man who's trotting off the field right now, Hendrickson, with the 14 sacks.
Lou Anarumo and calling the plays, done an excellent job adjusting this year. But right now, this is a whole nother monster they're going against. They're going to need to find a way to actually get to Mahomes, and I think they need movement. They need this guy to slant. Someone else come around. One-on-one like that, Jim, you're not getting that.
A sidearm throw, and it's through the hands of Hill. And Hilton was there to help defend it. So now you got 3rd and 7.
You know what I mean, though? Like, those guys are just going right into their guy. I mean, these are big guys.
As Usama is coming to the sideline on crutches.
Looks like Tyreek Hill is like jogging. The other guys are sprinting full speed.
If he was sprinting, he'd already be about to the benches on the sideline.
Good job by Hilton there, disrupting that. That's what I really think you need. The ball to bounce your way once or twice.
3rd and 7. Low snap, it rolls to Mahomes. And he just lofts it incomplete. And that's Flowers, who came up big in the first matchup, defending on Kelsey that play. And they'll force for the first time Kansas City off the field. They had been perfect 4 for 4 on 3rd down before this one.
Well, we talked about the ball needing to bounce your way if you're the Bengals, and right there, that's one of them. Back-to-back plays. Both probably could have been caught. This one just on the out. The fingertips right at the outstretch. Ooh, Bengals actually got a big stop there for them.
Tommy Thompson, seeing action for the first time, sends a spiral down to Taylor. And the Chiefs defend it well, including Winchester, the snapper. 57-yard punt. Now Burrow and the Bengals, what can they do to start the second half?
Is prohibited.
Break down the conference championship games. Look ahead to Super Bowl 56 on Inside the NFL, which is streaming Tuesday exclusively on Paramount Plus. Okay, second half strategy for the offense for Cincinnati, Tony.
Throw the ball on 1st down. Play action. Get your ball outside the numbers. You're going to get more one-on-one on these early situations. But if you're just going to run it, then you're going to have to be unbelievable.
They fake the run to Mixon. And they go way down the field, and it's there, Tony, at the 40. It's Higgins. Snead riding with him all the way to the 38.
Well, great question right there, Jim. You said it's 1st down. You got to throw. That's where you're going to get the favorable situations, and what a play design coming out. In Tracy's report, they talked about being a second-half team, or actually, I'm sorry, in Evans' report, they're a second-half team, Coach Taylor said, and you see him come out with a perfect design, Brian Callahan, and the hot young coordinators out there.
44 yards to Higgins. There's Mixon. And Reed is waiting for him. Pick up 1.
Throw it on 1st down. They're playing the run. You have your matchups. It gets hard as it gets later. I know it's hard because you want to keep things calm and just easy, but your season's on the line. You're going down with your quarterback and these receivers and those guys outside, aren't you, Jim?
Well, Higgins, as you said, has to come up big.
He does.
And he's caught 3 balls now for 70 yards.
The more they go to him, the better chance, because the design of this defense going into the game, we thought that was a huge position that could actually help them win.
The audible sent right down the line to the receivers to the left.
Relay game. Offense number 9. 5-yard penalty. Still second out.
The Bengals, the least penalized team in the NFL during the season, which Coach Taylor said speaks to how smart he feels his players are and the discipline that they have shown all season long. 3rd penalty of the game on Cincy. Meanwhile, Kansas City has not been flagged. 2nd and 14. Tough pass. Trying to thread it between 2 defenders, Gay and Bolton. And Sample unable to get that grab.
Well, you'll see the ball right inside.
That's the second time Gay's got a hand on it when a pass has come in his area. And just in case you didn't know, Bolton confirms. Incomplete.
Not a penalty. Shoulder gets a little bit. And a direct hit to the head area. Here they come. Crowd's getting up there. They're going to put people down in there and then double team Chase.
Need to get to the 29 for a first. Pass over the head and out of bounds. Intended for Higgins. And they'll punt on 4th and 14.
Well, this is why I think right here, right? This is the guy who's going to be open. You got the safeties high. I know you want to take these shots, but you have time. But if you look, 89 sample, this is a double team. Ward has help over the top with a safety so they can get their hands on him, play in that low hip. The same thing. That's a double team right there. You got to find the other guys. Guess what? Higgins, one-on-one, these other guys.
Harris snaps it back to Huber. Harris and Huber, the only two Bengals players who were born the last time Cincinnati was in an AFC championship game, 1988. They're caught. Hardman making an appeal. Mike Thomas was the one who ran into him.
That's a very good acting job. A little embellishment there. I may have done that when my wife asked me if I did the dishes, but...
yeah, the hands up in the air, of course. And by the new film from director Michael Bay, Ambulance, in theaters, April 8th. The Gottlieb Planetarium here in Kansas City with a little ode to all the stars and the orbit over Arrowhead. First down. The fake from the goal line. Lobs it up. Edwards-Helaire. Jump cut out to about the 10. Tony, take us through next-gen stats powered by AWS.
Well, we talked about the patience earlier. Teams playing these two high safeties. Throwing versus these safeties over and over again. The difference in this game, Jim, is you see how soft the coverage underneath is. Two high safeties, but they're not getting their hands on these Chiefs receivers at the line of scrimmage, so they're able to catch these little things. Mahomes checking it down, doing a great job in this game. Andy Reid calling a great game. Whereas the other side, Burrow, they're getting hands on him, so it's almost like he's got to push it down the field, but not outside to the double teams.
2nd and 7. That's a handoff, Hardman. And Hardman able to weave and flow and pick up a first down. Got shoved out of bounds. They wanted a little bit more on top of it, but no flag.
See the jet sweep. Got to throw that in there once or twice a game to keep people honest, and that should have been a penalty by Pratt at the end. Yeah.
Picks up 10 yards. Could have been 15 more.
It's a frustration decision right there that he gets away with.
Kelsey not on the field for this snap. First down run. Edwards-Helaire, a teammate at LSU of Burrow and Chase. And he's got 4. Kelsey returns 5 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown. It's Chase, who had just 2 catches in that first half for 8 yards.
That's not going to get it done. Obviously, they're double team, but that's why I said he is going to be one-on-one on first down situations. Find other ways to give him the ball. They ran it well when they had him in the backfield and made everyone think they're going to give it to him. Stuff like that needs to come back.
2nd and 6. Flushed on the run where he's dangerous, and it's out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd and 6.
Good job by the secondary of plastering and running as Mahomes moved out of the pocket. Way too much time though, Jim, right? It's like how many times are you going to be able to?
No kidding.
It's like they got away with it.
We haven't had a sack in this game for either side.
They're both playing soft, trying to minimize the big play potential, but these are the downs that make the difference.
They are. And they're 4 out of 5. Darrell Williams in the game. at running back. He's been out with a toe injury recent weeks. Again, he's got time. And the pass is incomplete. Hilton able to shove Pringle in the back, and the ball hits the ground, and the Chiefs punt for the second time in this quarter after none in the first half.
Yeah, really good job by Hilton. Little tug, that's a good job. And then the kind of run with Pringle. The ball just a little outside. You know, that's like one of those where you almost want to take a little off, but he had to be safe with it. And if that score is 21-10 the other way, Mahomes hits him right in stride, but when you got the lead by 11, you're a little safe with it.
Here's Townsend. His first punt traveled 57 yards, just much shorter. And Taylor with a fair catch. 41-yard punt. You're watching the AFC Championship game on CBS, presented by Intuit TurboTax Live. Cincinnati taking over at its own 35. Zach Taylor 6-25 and a tie his first 2 years. Going to be many people's choice as coach of the year. 12 wins when you factor in the extended season. Jamar Chase, what a season has been for him, but today quiet. Mixon delivers a stiff arm and is a pickup of 5. Zach Taylor, the son-in-law of former Packers head coach Mike Sherman, and he had a wonderful career in the Big 12 at Nebraska. In fact, was the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year his senior year, and his career ended right here in Arrowhead Stadium, losing in the Big 12 championship game.
It's a pretty good one right there he came up with. I like that. A lot of interesting info there. The one thing that's really unique, how patient was Mike Brown with Zach Taylor after those first 2 years?
Not everybody in the league. You're right.
And Coach Taylor really appreciates that. He knows not everyone gets that opportunity. I think he's really...
There's the completion to Samples, but a yard short for the first.
Lucky to have, you know, an owner and GM like Mike Brown. I mean, that's a testament right there. And it shows you in 1 year. Now, if you're going to go ahead and draft Jamar Chase, it's going to help everything, but Coach Taylor's done an incredible job getting his message across.
Hardman and Hill on the sideline having a little chat.
They were a little upset earlier. Hardman went over to the coaches. Tracy had just told us, there's a great nugget there, that he wants the ball in a certain situation. And Hill's like, calm down. I want the ball too.
They want the yard here. They go with the sneak, and Burrow fights for it and has it. Tracy, let's go to you.
Well, you guys just showed McCole Hardman and Tyreek Hill getting into it a little bit there, and that's because Hardman felt as though he's been open. He said, I have the angle, throw it to me. Went over to the quarterback's coach, also pleaded his case, saying that he's open. But I will tell you, he went over to Tyreek Hill just a second ago and made sure they cleared everything up. Yeah,
that's Tyreek, and you're like, my bad. Well, I know it's your bad. I told you it was your bad when you were asking for the ball earlier.
1st and 10. Pitch it. Mixon just got back to the line of scrimmage. Finished off by Hitchens, but Frank Clark. Oh, we got a flag out here at the end of this.
Frank Clark setting the edge today, disrupting, getting into the backfield, stringing out some of these plays, and then really the rest of the guys come flying in. This is another run on first down.
Foul on the play, 2nd down.
Oh, they pick up the flag for a moment there.
I like that. That was a flop.
Snead got tangled up, and Mixon was on the ground, made some contact, and Snead, fell back as if he had really been shoved. Pick up the flag.
Pick it up. I like that. Understand when someone's flopping.
2nd and 10. 6.5 to go in the 3rd. Pressure. They still don't have him down yet. Up ahead to Chase. And they got the football inside the 35.
Chase is getting on the case right here. Been waiting to say it again all day today, but the pressure gets picked up, and this is just where Burrow needs opportunities, right? He should have been sacked there, but his special instinctful ability gets Chase open, who was double-teamed, and then go. Chase does as good a job as anyone outside of Tyreek Hill of extending plays and continuing to run to give the quarterback a spot to throw.
22 yards.
They need to throw the ball on first down, Jim. They keep getting behind, and then they have to do something special to get it back. Use it against them. Play action. You got one-on-one up top, both guys.
They're running. Mixon again. Too many 2nd and 9s and 2nd and 10s.
Those are passing downs, and they know you're not going to, especially trailing, that you're just going to throw the ball. And they get all their cool coverage stuff, and then these guys up front, like Chris Jones, get to rush, and they get in the backfield quickly. As you see, the offensive line coach has done a really good job here. Look at that right there. Chris Jones comes flying down. Pollock, good offensive line coach there.
So P. Ryan is in the backfield on the 2nd and 10. That might be a flag. Fenton is going to be, in fact, you saw it come in late. Early contact with Chase.
Pass interference. Defense number 27. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
And that's the first flag on the Chiefs in this game.
This is a perfect call. It's a penalty. Watch, this is the first I've seen this. He's going to come down, and that's all you're looking for. He can't double team Chase out there. And Burrow's been dying to see that. And that was a penalty for sure, but you kind of have to. If you're going to leave him out there one-on-one, you're risking it.
Will they throw on first down on this occasion? They got it at the 26.
Yes, they're going to throw here. No. Yeah, they did it.
Play action. Setting up screen. Pulled down. Mixon. Chugging along down to the 8-yard line.
Oh, you remember the touchdown by P. Ryan? It was a screen. This is perfect. It's a great throw. Burrow taking a shot at the end. Watch Burrow here. He's going to have to loft this ball right over these guys over here. Ingram gives him a shove, but
nice little catch with one hand. That's an 18-yard play. You had Hopkins, Adeniji out in front of him, and they're inside the 10.
Very similar play earlier when P. Ryan scored that touchdown. I like that. Use these safeties deep. Get the ball to your running back and guys on the inside.
First and goal from the 8. Wants to go up top, and Ingram meets him at the 15-yard line with a marker on the field.
Wow, this is
holding. Offense number 75. Penalty decline. Result of the play. 2nd down.
This had no chance. Ingram just walks right past Prince here. Watch. A little arm bar there. Can't do that. I got a buddy who plays defense like that in basketball. He's like, what? My arms aren't moving. They're just waiting here. It's a wall. Nothing.
Second and goal now, 15 yards from the end zone. Mixon lined up wide at the top.
Very quickly, throw it out, screen.
Knocked down. Melvin Ingram with 2 plays in a row. Just a minute ago, picking up his 2nd sack of the postseason.
It's a good play call by Burrow. It's all out pressure. He sees it, gets to the screen to the wide receiver, but you can see the difference. When Ingram came on, it's really helped this team, and here we go. Let's listen to this crowd.
Chase at the bottom. They go with P. Ryan, and that's going nowhere. It was set up about a 31-yard field goal attempt. And if McPherson's able to deliver, they'll bring it to a 1-score margin.
This was all set up by Reed. It's going to be a flooded screen to the running back here. But I think, oh no. It was a busted play. We're going to show you that play after because someone went the wrong way. I think it was the running back.
McPherson with his first field goal became the best rookie ever in the postseason as far as field goals made. Moved past Gostkowski's 8 as a rookie. He's got 9. Looking for a 10th from 31 yards, and it is good. The rookie 10 for 10 in the postseason, including that 52-yarder to knock out the Titans in Nashville. No flag. Field goal good. Inside 3 to go in the third. Geico. You could save even more by bundling home and car insurance. And by DirecTV Stream. Get your TV together. Well, the last 10 points have gone to the Bengals. 21-13 Kansas City, late third. Burrow now with 191 yards passing and a touchdown. And you felt that third down play, even though it was 3rd and goal from the 15. Had it not been a little miscommunication, there could have been a big, perhaps even a touchdown scoring play.
Yeah, I was like, well, you can't throw a screen, you know, away from the line unless you're actually doing it. And then I was like, he went the wrong way. P. Ryan went the wrong way. And this is an easy touchdown, Cincinnati. You're going to flood this whole left side. But watch, P. Ryan, come back under. You got to go right. He goes left. And because of that, you have no chance.
And Joe explaining that to him right there, walking off the field, disgusted. 11 plays that led to a field goal. Meantime, Chiefs, after 3 touchdowns, their first 3 possessions, have not scored the last 3 drives. That's McKinnon for a gain of 7.
Pretty similar to the last time they played, right?
Very much so.
That last play, you saw Burrow got upset with P. Ryan going out the field. He's like, you got to go over here, right? And that's the kind of stuff how you lose games, though. It's like the details, the little things. You see that come up in the playoffs over and over again. Right now, both teams has one real mental mistake. At the end of the half for the Chiefs, and that play right there for the Bengals.
2nd and 3. Pass up in the air and stolen. It's picked off by Cincinnati. B.J. Hill with the play the Bengals really needed. The first turnover of the game.
It's going to be an RPO, so you can hand off. He chooses to throw it, but it's a blitz off the top of your screen. And Mahomes feels it, so then he gets rushed a little bit. They decide to pressure, and Hill gets his hands up and creates what is now easily the biggest play of the game.
Hill seeing more action because Larry Ogunjobi was injured in the first playoff game against the Raiders. And he steps up and makes a huge play, and they take over at the 27.
You know how rare that is? That's only the 2nd interception that Mahomes has at home in the playoffs. I mean, he's got like 20-some touchdowns, and he's only got
26 touchdowns, and it's his 2nd pick.
And Hill, it was Hill. Everyone said coming in the game, Hill's got to make that interception. Wow.
Well, he likes to get it to Hill, but it's Tyreek, not BJ, Hill on the other side. First down, stutter step move, and that worked favorably for Mixon. As that little pause gave him enough time to explode up ahead for a 5 or 6 yard gain.
And that was actually really well timed, right? We want him to throw it on first down over and over, but after you do it 3, 4, 5 times, things will open up for you. Now get back to play action again, you're throwing it, and there's your stat.
Well, that's the first ever. You were talking about overall in the postseason at home. That's just his first interception thrown in a championship game to go with 12 touchdown passes.
They needed to steal possession. We said it at halftime coming out. You're not going to win this game without stealing something, whether it's an onside or Mahomes getting an interception or a fumble. They got it now.
2nd and 5. And Burrow rifles it. Chase inside the 10 and to the 5. And the Bengals are at the door. Gain of 17.
You're going to motion across. It's just a simple curl route. But the way you design it is why it gets open. You see the motion come across and you're going to snap it on the fly. Well, flooding that zone with the motion makes it so that you can't double team as easily. Uh-oh, if they found out how to get him one-on-one,
yeah, look at
this is going to be very different.
They've had 6 snaps in the red zone. This will be their 7th. Haven't had a touchdown in the red zone so far today, but they got a 1st and goal here. It's Mixon. Wanted to cut outside, goes upfield instead, and he got to about the 2, maybe the 3. They split the difference. We're inside of a minute of the 3rd quarter. Patrick Mahomes and these Chiefs with that huge lead early. And Patrick telling us that comeback that Cincinnati had week 17. We didn't relax, but we had a big lead, and we were really rolling at that time with a win streak, and we thought we were going to win. Next thing you knew, the Bengals beat them.
It was self-inflicted wounds that happened in that game. It's kind of looking the same way right now.
2nd and goal. They fake into the line. They go to the end zone. And Chase was the target. Fenton on the coverage. Nothing there. Now you got 3rd and goal. A touchdown and a 2 away from tying it.
This is where Uzama would be huge, but you can use your running back. The guy's inside, but you got to get it out.
There he is to the end zone, and he comes down with it. Outrageous. What a catch. Chase, one-on-one. Forget about it.
I can't believe this just happened. This almost makes me feel like it was a mistake for the Chiefs. Chase is one-on-one. Where do you think the ball's going? The whole offense starts there. It's going over there. But if you look, the safety goes the other way. I almost feel like they went the wrong way.
All right, let's look ahead, because now you got them going for 2, and the tie changes the way the 4th quarter's played. 2 yards away from a tie, and coming back from 18 down on the road. Pirine is the back.
Everything's in play. You got to motion over, use misdirection.
Burrow. Open. Taylor. This game is tied. 11 points in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And Cincinnati storms back from an 18-point hole.
This is a great designed drive by Brian Callahan and Coach Taylor, because watch the motion comes over and he gets wide open. Taylor with a great route, but they found out how to get people one-on-one.
Mount Lookout Tavern going crazy. We're back in 60.
This year, make good on your resolution to join a community that knows no bounds. Gather with more friends, experiencing places unknown. And become part of a family that knows the best adventures are the ones we share. Embrace each day, knowing that no matter where you go, it'll be one you never forget.
Shop and buy online with Jeep eShop, where right now, get 0% financing for 72 months on select 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee models.
Oh, here it goes. Okay. Feel that lightning. Down in my soul. And if you wanna feel the thunder, baby, better let me know. Let me know. Hands to the sky. Show me that you're mine.
Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
He's not the first guy to be called Joe Cool, that's for sure, but he is in his 2nd year. What he did in his 2nd year at LSU, won a national championship, figured it out. 2nd year here, well, 1 quarter to go. We have 14 seconds left and 3rd game's tied, possibly going to the Super Bowl. Who's it going to be? Coming back from 18 down. And the Chiefs in this 2nd half, Tony, they haven't done anything offensively. Punt, and then the pick, the first of Hill's 67-game career.
Yeah, we had a drop, right? The ball needed to bounce the Bengals' way. It has. And then the last one with the tip, they pressured on that, which was a timely pressure. But the Bengals have been, this is who they are. You know, we talked about it earlier. They're a 2nd half team. Coach said coming out, they were the best 3rd quarter point differential in the NFL this season, the Bengals, and they're showing that.
Outscoring the Chiefs 11-0 in this 3rd. Screen pass, not caught. McKinnon wouldn't have gone for anything. Probably would have been a loss.
So this feels eerily similar to what Cincinnati did to open the game. It's a little protective, you know, comparative. So it's like what happens, you know, from the quarterback position in certain teams. When you get the lead early and you're going, it either continues stuff, but when they start coming back a little bit, right, you still have the lead, you still protect. Like the throw, you make sure a little more, and then all of a sudden it's just barely dropped. And so teams have a way of coming back. But usually this is when Patrick Mahomes figures it out, Jim. He's like, all right, I'm about to put my foot down on the pedal here.
2nd and 10. That's the first catch of the 2nd half for Kelsey, and that'll close out quarter number 3. A quarter when the Bengals, as you pointed out, Tony, did what they've been doing all season long.
You thought this was going to be tied going to the 4th, didn't you?
Absolutely. And what a 4th it'll be. We know it no other way. Burrow and Mahomes for the Super Bowl. The biggest comeback in a conference championship game, 18. The Colts were down 21-3 to New England in 2006 and came back and won. I would say before last Sunday night was the best football game I ever saw. And this one suddenly from 21-3 also to a 21-21 tie starting the fourth.
I remember that. That was Jeff Saturday. This is our time. This is our time. Is it the Bengals' time?
3rd and 3. And Mahomes able to get out of a jam. Hendrickson was near him. Look at all this time. They're after him again. And that's the first sack for the Bengal defense. It's Hendrickson and Hill combining, and he had so much time. But coverage downfield, nowhere to go.
Usually when this happens, somebody does an incredible job of staying with Tyreek Hill this whole time. And this was a relentless pursuit up front. 3-man rush. You're going to have all day, but really that's the back end, not giving up anything. What a huge play if you're a Bengal fan. And I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was fully going to get back to this right here. You know, it's like, I just know Kansas City. We've seen it so many times. We're here right now. The Bengals have a chance to take the lead in the fourth quarter.
You better believe it now as Taylor backpedals to the 23. Slices upfield. Still on his feet. Just brought up to the active roster last night. He's got a nice return to help justify that move. 55-yard punt, 11-yard return. Saturday, CBS begins with Inside College Basketball, followed by an SEC matchup between Tennessee and South Carolina. Then we head out west for the PGA Tour coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am coming up Saturday here on CBS. Congratulations to Luke List winning the Farmers Insurance Open last night, a Saturday finish. As you see, Mike Brown, owner of the Bengals, Clark Hunt, chairman and CEO of the Chiefs, who will be accepting the Lamar Hunt Trophy in the next hour. Here's Burrow. Looks downfield, and he is picked by Snead.
This is going back and forth, but this is unbelievable coverage by Snead. You can't guard Chase one-on-one this far down the field. He shakes everyone at the top. Well, you get away with a little grab, helps too. But this place erupts on a huge play. Underthrow, can't make that mistake, Burrow. Chiefs ball.
What a catch by Snead. Well, all the momentum was with Cincinnati, and then L'Jarius Snead jumps in front of Chase and makes the interception of the Burrow pass.
Mahomes had to go over there and sit down, not feeling great. We'll get right back up.
Edwards-Helaire. And he was shut down by Vaughn Bell, former Saint, who helped recruit Hendrickson to Cincinnati. Said, you don't come up here, something good's going to happen.
That's true. And Von Bell's done a really good job. 4th in tackles among DBs the past 2 seasons.
How about this in the second half, Tone? The Chiefs right now have 41 yards of offense.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, in the 2 games this season, first half, 49 points, second half, 3 points. You know, it's unbelievable, the tale of 2 halves.
2nd and 6. And they go out of the backfield, and it sails on them. He's going for CEH. And now you got a 3rd and 6.
I really feel like this is a rarity. I don't see Patrick Mahomes kind of rush stuff, you know, and feel like it's like people are around him. Look at that, 3 for 10.
17 yards.
It's
and a pick.
It can't be nervous, but it's almost like he's a little protective. I mean, he's
threw for 50 yards in the second half 4 weeks ago.
It's almost like you're going to be like, hey, forget about that interception. Go rip this thing. And I know that play at the end of the half has to be sitting there.
3rd down, and he falls again as Hendrickson gets to him. Hubbard was in the area, causing trouble also. And a 2nd sack put up by Cincinnati.
You'll see up top, go meet at the quarterback, and that is a huge play for the Bengals, not allowing any points, nothing right there. Hendrickson, big-time sack, huge pickup. But I think Mahomes, that play at the end of that first half, just makes you sit there and be like, I can't believe I did that, you know?
Now he's been sacked, Tony, the last 2 3rd down plays. So Townsend, there's pressure, no contact on the punter at this end. Taylor with the fake, as if he was going to catch it, and it soars into the end zone. Just a net of 37. Bengals bounce back off the sideline with the football, and a catch is ice cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. State Farm, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. I'm by Mercari, your marketplace. A ticket to Los Angeles and Super Bowl 56 is on the line here in Kansas City. It looked like in that first half it had already been punched. That ticket for the Kansas City Chiefs for the third consecutive year. But Joe Burrow has led the Bengals back. That's that comeback we talked about. They sent Peyton Manning to his Super Bowl for the first time. Went on to defeat the Bears in the game down in Miami. And that running play is good for about 3 for Mixon. A year ago at this time, Joe Burrow, Tony, was recovering from knee surgery. December 2nd of 2020. Had his ACL, MCL repaired by Dr. Neil Elatraj out in Los Angeles, just a few miles away where that operation took place from where the Super Bowl will take place. Just not even a 10-minute drive away. And that was 13 and a half months ago. Now has a chance with the quarter of his life in his second year to take a team. As he rolls out, feels the presence of Jones. And that's incomplete. Oh. That was Bolton. There was no Bengal in the area.
Well, that was a throw that almost was incredibly costly. Look at this. It's just a really terrible throw, and
fell out.
Ball hits the ground right there, but little nerves going on right now, it feels like. It's incomplete. You should not throw the red flag here because they only got one left.
If Nick Bolton had Anquan Bolton's hands, that would have been an interception. Here's a 3rd and 7. Still didn't get him.
Oh my goodness, how did he get away?
Another chance. Now reaches out, and he's going to have the first down.
There's no way. The one he did earlier today, we saw to do that right there again. I mean, he's fully sacked, and this isn't just nobody. This is Chris Jones. He's big.
And now he's going to get him for sure, right?
Yeah. Just that subtleness. He has that little sixth sense that just can feel and use your leverage against you, and he gets the first down and keeps the Bengals in a position to take a lead.
Side by side. the battle of emotions. Then they look pretty good on that run as they get a new set of downs at the 31 and 11 minutes left. Mixon right into the heart of that defense. And Okafor, one of those who ends it quickly. They get a lot of 2nd and 9s in this game, Tony.
Yeah, it just makes it hard. It's why there's nothing easy right now. And having Uzama out, I really think is a direct impact a little bit too of some of this, because he's such a weapon inside. And when you have safeties that are wide and going out there and double teaming, that's the guy on the inside. That's why I thought Higgins might be able to get in there a little bit.
Receiver stacked at the right. 2nd and 9 and pressure. Boyd playing possum for a moment, acting like the play was dead, and then caught it, took off, only got 2 yards. They got a 3rd and long. 3rd and long as we move inside of 10 minutes.
For everyone out there who did not give the Bengals a chance, I think you're realizing right now the Cincinnati Bengals could go into Arrowhead and upset Patrick Mahomes and this juggernaut and shock the world. These are the plays you got to come up with, bro, if you're going to do it.
3rd and 7. Again, he's able to escape trouble, and he runs for a first down.
What Joe Burrow is doing right there and today, I mean, just this year, but his O-line's not that great. He's scanning the field. No one's open. Wow, just this is really impressive for a second-year player. You talked about it. No one's ever gone to the Super Bowl, Jim?
No quarterback taken #1 overall as a face mask is not called. No quarterback drafted first overall has ever taken a team to a Super Bowl in their second year.
Wow.
In one of their first 2 years. So
unbelievable.
Keeping this drive going with his legs. 4 runs on 3rd down, and he's converted every time in this game. And this play is whistled dead.
They were going to have people open there.
Zach Taylor was trying to call a timeout.
Prior to the snap. First charge timeout. Cincinnati. 30-second timeout.
Well, Tony, the only quarterback to beat Patrick Mahomes in the postseason, Tom Brady. I know you'll never forget that game. A 37-31 overtime thriller of 3 years ago. It's already Patrick's 9th postseason home game, and this has not been the second half that anyone expected after they raced to a 21-3 lead.
It's really been since that play at the end of the first half where they didn't get points. It just sits there. You're so upset with yourself and everything, but it's like no one's better than Patrick Mahomes at putting stuff behind him and going out here and just finishing the job. But right now, he's going to have to do something, it looks like, because Burrow's doing it on the other end. Whichever quarterback plays better at the end, that's who's going to win this game.
First down at the 45. Flags everywhere as they run it with Mixon for a couple.
Offside. Defense number 55. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
They don't want to hear about offside penalties by number 55 in the championship game here in Kansas City. Unique shots from the game brought to you by Paramount Plus.
I remember that.
D. Ford.
That's the only time someone lost. In the Mahomes era, they lost one championship game, and that was an offside. The game was over.
It was over.
If he doesn't get offside. But this is the second possibility.
1st and 5 it gives him, Tony. So what do you do?
There's so much time left in this game. You can do anything you want right here, Jim. But to me, just make it simple, but you got to go inside.
It's pass across the middle. Higgins trying to buy some room. He's got the first down and a whole lot more. Picked up an extra 10 or 11 yards once he turned it upfield.
Inside to Higgins. Key to the game in so many ways. Inside Higgins.
Gain of 16.
It's a good design play, an under route. This is what they're going to give up. I think everything's been hard for the Bengals, right? It's just bounce the ball's kind of going their way in the second half. Everyone forgets those 2 little drops that were just on the outstretch of Kelsey's hand on that 3rd down. You know, it's like at that point you thought, it's just one drive.
You never know when the key play is going to happen. First down. Flags, whistles.
Ball start. Offense number 67. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
This drive, Tony's approaching 5 minutes.
You never realize when he walked out there and there was over 12 minutes to go, you feel like there's a lot of possessions left, right?
Right.
And you never really know that all of a sudden one 8-minute drive, 10-minute drive means each guy gets one crack at it. And that's why this is so huge. And Jones,
he's winded. Well, you remember they took it the last 6 minutes of regulation down the field to win with no time left on a field goal. They're not going to have that luxury today.
Yeah, 2 good quarterbacks. It's like they can just figure out a way to extend drives. And
please reset the game clock to 7:36. And it will go on the snap, not on the whistle.
They're going to add 4 seconds. Can't help but wonder, will somebody need those 4 seconds here in a short while?
Well, 13 was enough to go 130 yards.
Yeah. Spags was talking about, you look into that helmet when you guys show those tight shots of Burrow. He's got that killer look. He said the same as Tom Brady.
You're exactly right. Changing the play right here. He feels like they're coming after him.
1st and 15. Going down the sideline, and it's out of reach. Higgins with Ward right there with him.
the right matchup. I like where he's going with the ball. Just need to be a little more back shoulder. But when you draft a guy #1 overall, or just your quarterback in the first round in general, you want a guy that you really believe is going to put his team on his back and be the guy everyone believes in. You know, to win games like this. Burrow, those eyes, you can see it right there. A lot going on in that mind, and it's quiet and soft. Very killer.
2nd and 15. And that, at the very least, gets them in range for McPherson, who has set a single-season record for most field goals, regular and post combined, outside of 50 yards with 11 makes.
Well, if he comes in, this is really getting late in the game. Maybe not on this one, but the next one, he's probably going to go ahead and say, we're going to the Super Bowl.
It's too early. It's too early. I've never heard of anything like that. Zach Taylor, in his 3rd year, helping lead his team back from a hole at Arrowhead, almost unimaginable. Anybody can do it.
He can't do it here, right? Burrow's already got 2 third downs, not on this one.
3rd down out of the backfield. P. Ryan picked up and pushed aside by Ward. And that will call on McPherson from about 52, which was the winning distance against the Titans. Here it is, Jay Feely, this kid. They call him Shooter McPherson around the team.
Yeah, Jim, he's pretty special. He had an excellent regular season, but just been spectacular. 10 for 10 so far in the playoffs. You know, and Tony, he reminds me of a young golfer who doesn't have any battle scars yet. He just doesn't know what he doesn't know, and he's so good.
It's for the lead now with 6 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. 52 yards away. Can he do it from 52 again? This kick is good.
Oh, Jay, he didn't have any scars coming in, and that was close to gaining one, but right there, big-time kick. That's what you got to do to send your team to the possible Super Bowl.
21 unanswered, and the lead for the Bengals. In the 80s, and that's winning the championship game. 2-0, but it's been since '88. 21 unanswered. To get to the Super Bowl back then, they had to beat Fouts and Kelly. Now trying to take up Mahomes. Doing it with their quarterbacks, Ken Anderson and Boomer Esiason. State Farm post-game show is coming up. JB, Phil, Nate, and Boomer, and Coach Cowher. Their take on this game, plus we're going to have the presentation on the field of the Lamar Hunt Trophy to the AFC champion. It's coming up on the State Farm post-game show. Quick toss. Hartman slides away from one hit. Has a gain of 4. Hubbard brings him down.
Joe Burrow sitting there right now. Your whole life, you get a chance to go to the Super Bowl. A dream, but right there, that guy, you see those eyes we looked at before? These are pretty strong eyes too, Jim. That's the guy you're standing right there you got to go through. He's going to have something to say about this before it's over.
Those eyes aren't believing though what he's been seeing in this second half as Kelsey has the catch. Apple on him quickly.
Weirdly, these are kind of stuff where it's almost like you just don't realize it, but there's a chance Burrow never touches the ball again. Obviously, they can get 3 plays here and get the ball back, but there's a really good chance that this quarterback can take this team down and almost end this game under 30 seconds.
Tyreek Hill does not have a catch in this second half. It's in the slot to the left. On first down. Kelsey. He loves that spin around move. And it gives him an extra couple of yards with Pratt taking him to the turf. Up of 8.
There's just a part of me that understands the way we've played. I mean, give Lou Anarumo credit. Unbelievable job in this second half, the adjustments and stuff, but a lot of it is that they've seen a lot of the stuff and their players are playing faster and more efficient and getting those tip balls, kind of the stuff going their way. But there's going to come a point here in about 30 seconds to a minute that I would start to get more aggressive. If you're going to give up a touchdown,
That's McKinnon. Picks up one.
I believe right here, it's really smart, Kansas City. You know, if you get the big play, you get it. But what they're playing, you're going to keep it underneath, run the ball. You could take this all the way down and never let Burrow touch it again.
Exactly the flip of the script.
Correct.
You saw week 17.
100%. And to me, that's why Lou, right there, I'm getting really aggressive on certain down and distance. It's like you're not going to give up a touchdown per se, but you got to be aggressive, at least to get the ball back to your quarterback to have a chance to go down and score.
They're 0 for 4 on third down in this half.
This is a risky defense right here. This is the aggressive one. 3rd and 1, I don't know if I would do it here. I was thinking more on the next one.
Open is Kelsey. And he's at the 38-yard line. Wide open. Good for 18.
Well, you saw Kelsey do this exact same thing. A little different formation. But watch right here. Kelsey, hey, do it, Kelsey. Do it, Kelsey. That's what Mahomes said. Just run right up there. No chance. Oh, just to play a soft zone. Can't do that. Now's where I get aggressive, Jim.
Inside, 3 minutes to go. Mahomes, 4 for 4 on this drive. He hands it off to Hardman, who, as we heard, was calling for the football on the sideline, and he picks up 9.
Yeah, and if you're the Bengals, you wanted him to get out of bounds there. Kansas City, how about this? Over 12 minutes to go in the game, and when Burrow walked out there, if I told you Burrow's going to get 1 shot, Mahomes is going to get 1 shot, here it is. This is the drive, and this is the drive. You just didn't feel like that when he was out there with 12, 13 minutes to go. But here it is, right there, shaping up that way.
Hendrickson is not on the field for this snap, nor the last one. The man who provides the most pressure in the backfield.
Coming after him, no Kelsey in the game.
2nd and 1, McKinnon. He stutter-stepped and waited for it to open up. And he's down to the 15-yard line. Pringle on that side helped patrol and free him up with a block.
What a great read. You see the internal pressure.
Get Mahomes running with him.
I know. This guy's he's got those. Mahomes is like, I can keep up with you for a little bit, but not anymore. McKinnon gets going, and that was actually, I would have taken a timeout if I was Cincinnati here. This is, I'd go to 2 minute. I wouldn't snap the ball if I'm Kansas City.
Yeah, they don't have to. By a split second, they could take it all the way down. Mahomes, no doubt, wise to that.
Just try and draw him offside.
Tony, after last week's 4 games, the football gods were going to even this up, right? There was not going to be any more close games.
No, this one's not close. Mahomes, Super Bowl. Oh.
You're watching the AFC Championship game presented by Intuit TurboTax Live. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL, and by Best Buy. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go for the AFC Championship. And the Chiefs have it 1st and 10 at the Bengals 15.
Well, this game, this whole second half has kind of gone the Bengals' way. The ball bounced the way they wanted. But Mahomes has a way of overcoming a lot of those things. But is it the Bengals' day, or is Mahomes just too good?
Here he's looking, and now coming out of the pocket, being chased and being shoved out by Hendrickson. He stops the clock with 1:53. Again, they have been blanked in the second half after only managing a field goal in their matchup a month ago in the second half. He picked up 4 on that run.
Mahomes has never been shut out in the second half of a playoff game, and I don't think he's going to be shut out here. I think they're going to at least have a field goal.
2nd and 6. Looking, wanted to take off. That got shut off. The door was closed. Looking for another opening. Look at all these moves back to the 24-yard line, and Hendrickson is there, trying to knock the ball out. All of that for no gain.
Oh, he got close.
Well, look, they actually spotted it.
Yeah, no, he got, yeah.
They picked up 4 yards.
It just looked like he ran for 100. But at the end, I mean, that was huge because now you're in another situation.
Still going to be 3rd and 3. Going to be 3rd and 3. Look at that effort, though. We'll call it 2. Hendrickson had to come out.
Oh, I mean, the effort he gave there, right?
Oh, he's in pain.
Evan had told us.
3rd and 2. 1:38 to go. Toss it inside, and they pitch it to Kelsey, and the spot's going to be good enough for the first.
Got to take a timeout. This is exactly the worst case scenario for the Bengals. This is why I thought they should have been aggressive to start that drive. If they get down here, you can hold them, but now it's a first down. You have 1 timeout left, and if you're the Chiefs, you can do whatever you want. 3 timeouts.
Got the State Farm post-game show coming up. JP and all the crew on hand here in Kansas City. And they'll be talking about this one and all of these crucial snaps to come. Plus the presentation of the Lamar Hunt Trophy to the AFC champion. It's all coming up on the State Farm post-game show. Now we're starting to look like the end of the first half when Kansas City was down close. That did not work out for them.
To me, what's happening, I mean, in these playoff games, how close these games are all, getting at the end. This is a testament to the NFL, the league, and the quarterbacks in this league and the talent level of these young players. There's so much depth at that position that it's hard to kind of separate because these guys are so good. They get their team back in it. I think you're in for an incredible run over this next 5-10 years of these quarterbacks and seeing they just switch it up back and forth.
No Hendrickson on the field. The 11th play of this drive, and it's 1st and goal. And it's a running play with McKinnon. He was stuffed. Give him 1, maybe.
So there's a scenario that comes up that says let him score, right?
Timeout called by Cincinnati.
There's also a scenario for Kansas City, and Cincinnati's out of timeouts. Kansas City has a scenario that says down it at the 1, go down. Now this is that rare situation where it's right in between. It's like you got to score right when it's there.
We're going to perfectly time when we score the winning touchdown, is what you would say they're thinking.
Well, my thought is there's a time where it's like, okay, it's so low it doesn't matter, score, right? But if you had 2 minutes and 20 seconds, you'd rather get it under 2. They have no timeouts. To me, I'd run the ball here. I hate to say it. I might go one more play and get it down to the inch-yard line and have your running back just go down. And if it gets in accidentally, okay. But it's very risky.
What about the strategy from Cincinnati's standpoint?
That they could say score. No, you're trying to stop him here. Cincinnati's 100% trying to stop him. It's just a rare case when you're like, we just want one more crack at it because this is our best player.
2nd and goal. Mahomes still has it. After a great fake. Now being chased. He's in trouble, and he's tripped up back at the 8-yard line. Hubbard with the sack.
Really smart. I don't know. I don't love that one. That one's interesting here. There's so many scenarios right here. It's like they're trying to score. You got to score. But I don't love taking the sack there.
You got a 3rd and goal at the 9 now.
Well, the percentages are on any defense out there. This is a really low percentage from the 9 when they know. But he's going to motion him back in. And you're going to have a chance to take a timeout.
Timeout, Chiefs.
Oh, man.
39 seconds. And Cincinnati, on that play, DJ Reader kind of disrupted things, and it led to a 3rd sack. If I would have told you before the game that the Bengals defense would out-sack the Chiefs, you wouldn't have believed it, but it's 3-1.
It is, and it's part of the reason they're here right now. I mean, I don't know. It's almost like, let's pretend Mahomes was on the other side, Jim, and there was 1:30 to go, and you had 2nd down. You would score 100% and give it back to him with 1:30?
Boy, that's a tough call
right
at this point.
I'm saying I get it. Burrow's younger and everything, but it's like really close. I guess it goes by the game and how you are on defense, but we're at this point now. So obviously they need to score a touchdown here. The number one thing, though, is no turnovers, right? Your season ends right here, Kansas City, with a sack, fumble, an interception. So you have to be smart with the ball. And Mahomes is usually really good at that. He'll move around and make a play. I'm anxious to see what kind of design they do. Do they get spread out a lot, or do they get tight to the line of scrimmage?
3rd and goal. Kelsey, so tough in this spot, in a slot to the right. He's got protection.
Too much time. You can't do that.
All the way back to the 21. Now they chase him. Spins around, and the ball's out. It was recovered, though, by Tooney. It was Hubbard who forced it, and now you've got to make a longer field goal. A loss of 17 to tie it.
This is an unbelievable job coming flying in by Hubbard. He's not even rushing. He's a spy just in case he goes, but he comes flying in and doesn't get juked by Mahomes. Hubbard with the play.
They called the timeout at 2 seconds.
The play.
But how about how this suddenly became a much longer ask of Harrison Butker? You've taken him back to the 26.
I mean,
going to be a 44-yard attempt. Of course, he made the 49-yarder last week at the end of regulation to send it to overtime. Can he do it? 2 straight weeks?
They were going to find out. Do you see? How about the time on that? Initially, I'm like, 3-man rush. He's going to stand there for 8 days, and then Hubbard times it perfectly. Burrow's like, why? Oh, we left him all day. And how about the fumble? They almost had the ball and won and went to the Super Bowl.
Well, now, Butker to keep their season alive, to give us back-to-back overtime games at Arrowhead.
Tougher than inside the 10, right?
A miss, and it's Cincy to L.A. From 44 yards, Butker, can he do it again? Can he tie it in regulation? And yes, he can!
Wow, both quarterbacks got one crack at it at the end. Over 12 minutes, 13 minutes, and you both go down and kick a field goal. What else is new? Let's go to the second half.
And now we're going to go.
The second half goes to the second half to the fourth half every week. I swear, we go to overtime, we get a whole nother quarter of football.
What a fearless kick by Butker.
That
They didn't even watch it.
It got a lot tougher, too. I mean, they just gave up 20 yards, 30 yards right there in the last 2 plays.
The Chiefs' only points of the second half come with no time left on the clock. And now you can look at the overtime rules. You know, folks, we've all been down this road all week long. It's gotten so much discussion about the postseason overtime rules. And I will tell you this, after a first possession, walk-off touchdown last week by the Chiefs, when they won the toss, there have been 11 such postseason overtimes since the rules were changed.
Gentlemen.
Let's listen in.
We'll continue to play. We are going to start a new game. Both teams will have 3 timeouts. Both teams will have an opportunity to possess the ball unless the first team scores a touchdown or there's a defensive score. All replays are upstairs. Any questions? Cincinnati, you are still the visitors. What is your call? Heads. Be called heads. It is tails. Kansas City will receive first.
Why does everybody just assume Mahomes has already scored here? Wow.
For the second straight week, the visiting team makes the wrong call on the coin flip. But you are now.
We see that one, and Mahomes sees it, and he goes, oh, you see what he did there, Jim? He just put his cape on. Superman's walking back
now
out.
The cape comes off. I was going to finish this, though. There have been 11 of these occasions in the postseason. The team that won the coin flip is 10-1, with 7 of them being first possession touchdown wins.
You're exactly right. That's too extreme. And that, to me, it's because you got the top quarterbacks are playing in the postseason. You know, and that's just an advantage. But Cincinnati's only given up 3.5 points of football in 2 halves of football against the Chiefs. The last second half in Week 17 and then here tonight. But can they stand up with the Super Bowl on the line?
And no team, you saw, that's a good one. No team has ever won in the postseason back-to-back overtime games. This offense was on the field for the last 6 minutes of the regulation. And it began with a dangerous throw over the head of Robinson.
That wasn't really Mahomes. That was Hendrickson jumping up and making him have to throw over. So right when he's about to throw it, He had to be safe and get it over that hand. Can't have another tip ball interception.
It's the third AFC championship game to go to overtime. The one we discussed earlier, Indianapolis, New England, 06. New England and Kansas City 3 years ago on this field. 2nd and 10. Pass almost intercepted. Eli Apple jumped the route.
Oh, Robinson doesn't
won the game.
Robinson doesn't get his head around. It's a slant. Mahomes throws it, but this ball, it should be over. It should be over. Apple sends the Bengals to the Super Bowl. You should have just said right here. No one touched it. You'll never have an easier walk-off touchdown. Wow, the Bengals. Oh, Eli really wants them to get a stop on this play.
The last time this franchise was in such a position, Lewis Billups dropped a very similar chance at a pick. In the next play, Montana beat him with a touchdown pass to Taylor. And now they go deep down the field, and it is intercepted on the rebound by Bell. On Bell. Oh, he is clobbered, clotheslined at the 45. But they take over. The Bengals with the third straight game in the playoffs where they come up with a crucial pick.
They're not the underdogs anymore. Bell, this season, wow, unbelievable. He's only been targeted twice in pass coverage in the playoffs. You can see why right there.
Look at Jesse Bates reach in with Hill.
That's the play. It's perfect technique. Bates actually makes the play. Bell comes down with it, but Bates, wow, perfectly timed, no PI. Maybe sending the Bengals now. Wow, McPherson, he's going to have something coming here.
Yeah, you need at this point, you probably need just inside of 20 yards. And that's live in Cincinnati. Bates deflected it. Bell, there's two safeties teaming up. Hill blanked since halftime, not a catch. First down throw. And that's Higgins. There's Mixon to make sure he's right there around that football if it would have come out. Gain of 9.
I love the aggressiveness by Cincinnati. If I was Kansas City, I'd have liked to have seen a run right there, right? You're like, don't throw it on every down. And there's the kid.
He wouldn't say it again, would he? Walking out there, would he do that?
He said it going before at the end of last week's game, he walked out and he goes, I can't believe we're going to the AFC Championship game. He hadn't kicked the field goal.
He said it to Brandon Allen, the holder. We're going, hey, can't believe we're going to the AFC Championship. Well, and he made it from 52. 2nd and 1. Mixon cuts outside and slashes inside, and they've got a new set of downs at the 42. Higgins threw a nice block. That looked like it could be stopped for a loss. Instead, good for 4.
If I'm Zach Taylor, I'm telling offensive coordinator Brian Callahan, stay aggressive on first down. There's a tendency right here to get a little safe, hand it off, and have to kick a nice 57, 60-yard, you know, get in there, get another first down before you start to play.
Yeah, it's 60 from here. First down. Every yard is big. There's 2 more. He beat him once this year at the end of regulation. That was a chip shot from 20.
Find out if they decide to risk it. This is where you get really aggressive. Spagnuolo here, I think he's coming after him. You have a chance to throw a slant to Chase quickly and hit a home run. Get the ball in his hands fast.
2nd and 8, looking down the middle, and is pulled down. Great grab it was by Higgins. With all that attention over to Chase, Higgins has had a big game. He's just gone over 100 yards.
And we said it, he's the key. I love that he made the decision. The slant, instead of going to Chase his side, he goes to Higgins, which I think once they started doing that in this game, came right back to him.
8 yards in a first. 6 catches, 103. And definitely now in McPherson range. Stay safe here. First down.
I would actually be safe at this point. Hand it off, see if you can get 4 or 5 yards on this one.
It's Mixon. That's what they do. In fact, they get 7.
It's exactly
starting to feel it. Well, they don't want to be called underdogs, but this team that had just 4 wins a year ago.
They're not underdogs. They're in the driver's seat. I mean, maybe the Bills were last week too, but this is the Bengals. I'm telling you, this is crazy. A few weeks back, we're about to say the Bengals might be going to the Super Bowl, and they just went and beat the #1 team on the road and the #2 team on the road.
They beat the #1 seed, now trying to beat the 2 seed in 2nd and 3. Mixon charging inside the 20. He's down to the 12.
Oh my goodness, the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl, Jim. They came into Arrowhead. What a run there. He's got a great burst. And really, I thought he had a chance to score there at the end.
As they'll tell you in Cincinnati, around that locker room, Mixon is the energy and emotion and heartbeat of our team in so many fourth quarter situations, but in overtime, ripping off some big runs here. Timeout called by Kansas City.
Well, this is where ball security, but just down it. Ooh, Andy Reid.
Timeout.
This is genius. I think he's going to challenge.
30-second timeout.
Andy Reid might challenge, but I don't know if he can. In illegal formation, he can't do that.
All challenges, Gene's territory, have to come upstairs.
Yeah. Most definitely, Jim.
He's asking, though. I could tell.
All challenges upstairs, guys, and illegal formation is not a reviewable play.
Yeah, exactly right.
So he can have the conversation, but New York can't get involved, nor the replay official.
Yeah, would you just go ahead and kick it now, Tony? It'd be a 30-31 yarder.
Well, the only thing is you might want to move it to the center.
Okay.
So if you look, too many guys on the line, right? So that's 9 guys. How many you got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys on the line? Yeah, can't do that. You can only have 7, so. I'd take the back. You can have 8 guys in the line. They just got to be legal there, and someone's covered someone up.
Jay Feely, if you were in this position, is a hash mark you'd prefer?
No, I think from here, I mean, he's having a conversation with his special teams coach, Darren Simmons, right now, and just asking him where he wants it. But from this perspective, there's not a lot of wind. The field conditions are great. It's not going to matter.
Hey, Gene, clarify the 8 guys on the line of scrimmage. They're just going to down this, or they hand it off. It's a risk here, Jim.
1st and 10. Going right up the middle. And holding with 2 hands, cradling it down to the 10. That's now 28-yard attempt from there.
You're right, Jim. I mean, I'm almost to the point of kicking it right now. I mean, if it doesn't matter what hash, I mean, all you're doing is the possibility of something fluky, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
you're 5 yards shorter than the extra point right now.
The other part is you want downs in case the snap. You got to save at least 1 down. You don't run it 3 times and kick it on 4th. So what happens all of a sudden, you know, somebody jumps, you get a false start, ball gets snapped. I mean, anything. There's many things. The ball could slip. I mean, I've seen guys in the playoffs drop a snap before in a big situation.
Barely got that away in time, the snap. But he steps back 3 yards, downs it between the hashes, and now they'll bring out McPherson. Now let's just see if he happens to say anything here as confident as last week.
You missed my joke, though. I said I've seen guys drop a snap in the playoffs before in key situations. That's why you kick it.
I thought you were talking from the line of scrimmage on a regular play. I know you're talking special teams.
No, I wasn't talking about this. This is why you kick it on 3rd down, though, because if it is a drop, all right, do it again.
Here we go. This could be a sentence that a month ago would sound incomprehensible. From 31 yards, McPherson, and Cincinnati is heading to the Super Bowl.
He called it again, I'm sure. He walked up and he goes, "Can you believe, Coach? We're going to the Super Bowl." And they did it. They beat Mahomes at home. Wow, Joe Burrow. No way. Only 2 quarterbacks have won an FBS national title game and a Super Bowl, and that's Joe Namath and Joe Montana, and Joe Burrow's trying to be the 3rd.
From 18 down, matching the biggest comeback victory in championship game history, AFC or NFC. This was just dead center. Shooter McPherson, fearless. And Cincinnati takes the AFC.
Shooter.
Perfect on the road, regular in post. 22 of 22 on the season, 4 for 4 today. And midway through the second quarter, you never would have imagined it.
That play at the end of the second quarter. It's the one he'll think about all off season.
Well, they failed to score touchdowns at the end of each half.
You're exactly
inside,
right. But they had
the
points.
5.
They had points at the end. That's it. Look at Brian Callahan and the coaching staff. You're not underdogs anymore, Cincinnati. You've arrived and you're here. And a different game plan as they did a good job on Chase today, keeping him in check a little bit.
2 years ago, the Bengals had the worst record in the NFL. They won 2 games. They've now won 3 games in January alone. And they're heading to Super Bowl 56. And Tony, you've seen it all. Did you ever have a hint that this team, down 21-3 on the road, could pull this off today?
They did it before, but I didn't think they could do it at Arrowhead. I mean, things had to go the way, but they had to play great. Oh, what a job. I mean, enjoyed it this year, bud.
Unbelievable. How about these playoff games?
Let's send it to Tracy before these playoff games.
Tracy, it's all yours.
Well, he's still saying congratulations, as he should be celebrating this moment. All right, well, Joe. You deserve
Great job! Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Little icky shuffle for you?
A little bit.
Well, congratulations to come into Arrowhead, down 18, find a way to claw back, and now head to the Super Bowl. What does it say about this team?
I mean, our defense was unbelievable in the second half. They had a great plan on the defensive side against us. You know, we struggled a little bit. I love you, bro. Everybody. Great job, Lou!
Speaking of defense.
That's the guy right there. He had a great play in the second half. Unbelievable. I mean, I'm just a little speechless right now. I don't even know what to say.
I'm sure you are. I could only imagine what was going through your head when you lost the coin flip in overtime to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, usually when you lose a coin flip to those guys, you're going home. But, you know, our defense really stepped up and made plays in the second half. And on offense, we made plays when we had to. You know, I thought the offensive line played really well all day. You know, we started running the ball there at the end. That's exciting. Big win for us.
On to the Super Bowl. How does it sound?
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Go enjoy this.
Well, Tony, we've had some Joes at quarterback go on to become Super Bowl MVPs. Most recently, Joe Flacco, Joe Montana, Joe Namath, and now Joe Burrow. And the Cincinnati Bengals will represent the American Football Conference in Los Angeles in 2 weeks' time.
Well, and the reason with the #1 pick, they took franchise Joe. And right there, Joe Franchise has taken him. He's turned this thing around. Wow, what a huge one in getting Chase. This program.
Just amazing.
It is more than amazing. It's improbable, but they've done it.
Incomprehensible is the word that came to mind for me. Yep, they came back to beat Kansas City twice in a month. First time they were down 14 on January 2nd. Today, 18. No matter. They win it. They represent the AFC in 2 weeks. We got the presentation of Lamar Hunt Trophy coming up on the State Farm Postgame Show. Thank you for watching the AFC Championship presented by Intuit TurboTax Live. James Brown is coming up. Tony, loved every minute of it, my man.
Me too, big guy. Have fun at Pebble.